we go. We are live, which is certainly better than the alternative.
Yes, and definitely feel more alive.
Yeah, so you have not been doing so well.
No, I have found the man flu this week in the worst way.
Wait, is there a man flu?
Yeah, it's called anytime men get sick.
Yeah.
It's the man flu.
I'm thinking of like that Matt Walsh thing, you know, what is a woman? So what is the man flu?
What is the man flu? Sick men. But at least I'm willing
There
to
you go. What is
it.
a woman? A woman is a member of the human race that can actually function while mildly sick.
Yeah, exactly. There's your litmus test. It's like,
yes.
You want to figure
There's
it
my
out.
definition of a woman.
This will figure it out.
Yeah. So hopefully, it looks like I don't see. Okay, now we're starting to get people. So hopefully, I don't know what's going on with why it shows that there's like 15 scheduled live streams on my channel and they were all exactly the same. I don't even know if this live stream is one of those 15 live streams. And if not, are we going to have to delete the other ones?
Yeah, let me go look here. It shows yours live, but it doesn't show Danny's.
Oh, of course not.
Because reasons. I don't know.
And I'm speaking of, and Danny will be here shortly. I'm just, and so we're just waiting for, he's running a couple of errands apparently for his sex slave, he's the sex slave of his landlord, which is kind of weird, but hey, right, you know what? If it gets him a discount on his rent, I guess. Let's
go see what's going on in the live stream. Yeah, there's still another one that says upcoming. That is busted.
Get rid of that one.
Yeah. Because I'm betting you there's some people sitting in there. Delete forever.
There we go.
Bloop.
Yeah, I was sending Danny a message about something that other people don't need to know.
I'm assuming EV Mux must have just absolutely blew up.
Yeah, maybe
the scheduling.
It's weird.
It lost its ability to talk to anything. And it just kind of spazzed.
And Thomas says the live stream says season 2.
Oh, excellent. That's even better.
Yeah, you're right, Thomas. Jason can't do anything right.
Yeah, I totally run EV Mux.
And Gorilla is in the house, says, hey, everyone, so how many lost cell service? I did not, because I do not have AT&T. I have Verizon Wireless, which was, contrary to popular belief, not impacted by the massive outage. So at least not to anyone I know that's on Verizon.
There, it says 3 now, Thomas. Are we happy?
Wow. Why didn't you get it right the first time?
Because I didn't do it.
See, you did. No. You said you did.
No, I fixed the spelling mistake, but I didn't know there was more than a spelling mistake. I was only looking for a spelling mistake.
No.
Also, I have no idea why in the world EV Mux freaked out.
Stanley's like, can you hear me now? And Planet X is in the house. Thomas didn't have any problems. Gorilla says Verizon had like 30,000 out. Well, if true, great. I can tell you that I was not affected at all, nor was anybody that I know. But hey, I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just telling you that I personally was not impacted. Patrick Nikolaus says, indeed, you deleted the original stream and set up this incorrect one. Yes, that is correct. Our IT department did exactly that, Patrick. Thank you for pointing that out, that our IT department desperately needs an upgrade.
We are successfully streaming to Danny's. I just went all the way to his channel. So
okay, good.
Even though his name is his title,
and it probably says season 2, doesn't it?
It probably also says Rain Kings instead of rankings.
So
because when you put it in, you put in rain.
When I
pink.
put it in. Sitting there trying to blame moi. Okay, of the two of us, which one of us is the IT department?
I would say of the two of us, which one has spelling problems? But that's a redundant question.
Yeah. So, and Ben One Eye says, "Here we are now. Entertain us." Well, we are attempting. We're just waiting for the third member of the team to show up so that we can get started on ranking the season 3, not season 2 episodes.
Well, I'm going to go with Evie Mux Lost Its Mind because Penny says
Danny has 3 shows scheduled
showing on his. So yeah, Evie Mux must have freaked out in the clicking schedule process.
Right. And let's see.
That's like the worst cricket when it comes through the mic.
Yeah, that was Danny just responding to what I told him because I wanted to make sure I told him something before he got here.
This is a curious excuse to try to use, but
you know what? Solar flares are IT guys' excuses. That's all it is. There's no such thing.
Well, the last time a bad one happened, it was a very bad day for a whole lot of people.
No, it was what it was a bunch of IT guys completely screwed the pooch, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we've broken all these computers. What do we do?"
Is that's like
solar flares? That's the answer. Solar flares.
That's like that scene from MIB when the real reason for the 1969 power outage in New York was somebody touched the bouncy ball of doom.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we know if you hear the word solar flares, that's just IT guys covering their butts.
Shots fired. That's okay. I've been doing this for 30 years plus. That's amazing. It's the most thankless job in the universe.
Yeah, because you don't do anything.
Oh, boof.
30 years, and what have you actually accomplished?
Well, some IT guy somewhere got me one of the best rants out of Bird we're ever going to get. That much I will thank.
Oh yeah,
my brethren kind.
Talking about the UPS website,
the epic UPS website rant from Bird.
Yeah.
Because, if you can't get satisfaction out of IT, at least you can get some kind of morbid enjoyment.
And Stanley says, what about the lady who got stuck on the moon and ended up getting glaucoma? Huh? Stanley, are you okay, buddy?
That took the cake for random.
Yes, that absolutely is. So, speaking of randoms, while we're waiting for Danny, here's a joke I heard this week that I kind of liked. You ready?
Oh,
what was that? We got a
super chat, eh?
Super chat from Alex Bogey. Says, trivia, which season 2 episode almost got the show canceled? Well, actually, the show was canceled. It was thanks to a letter writing campaign that there was a season 3, but I do not know the answer. So you gotta tell me, Alex. I'm an IT guy, not a solar flare icon. Yes. Oh, we need a solar flare icon now for the members. That way they can just throw a solar flare in there whenever they want to, throw you some love. So here's the joke that I heard. You ready?
Fire away.
All right. So, Jewish man goes to his rabbi, and he says, Rabbi, I have such a problem. You see, my son rebelled against me, and he will not listen to anything I have to say, and he's gone off and become a Christian.
I heard this the other day, but I don't remember the punchline.
Okay. He went off and became a Christian. And the rabbi's like, "Oh, Kavalt, I understand what you're saying. Let me tell you, my son rebelled against me, and he wouldn't listen to me, and he became a Christian as well. Well, the only thing we can do is get on our knees and pray. So they get on their knees and start praying about it, and then God shows up in front of them, and they're like, it's the Lord himself. What, do you have an answer for us? And he says, I do. Let me tell you about my son.
Yeah.
Right.
I forget where I saw it or heard it, but it was in the last week or so, and I got a good chuckle.
All right. But thank you again, Alex, for the $1.99. I do truly appreciate it. And he says, Salty is the episode that was too much like the Vietnam War. Studio heads did not like it. I've never heard that. I know the episode you're talking about. It's not one of my favorite episodes.
Which episode was that?
Gosh, now I'm forgetting the name. The one with Mugatu and oh gosh, Private Little War.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, that one was very much a Vietnam-esque commentary. But I never heard that it almost got the show canceled. I do know that it's one of the very few shows where the story was written by Gene Roddenberry, and as usual, Gene Roddenberry shows that he's just not that good a writer.
No. Although I did notice something when I was looking at stuff for season 3, and that was one of the lead writers for the whole season was the lead writer for the whole season.
For Star Trek season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because in season 3, unfortunately, they lost the person who really created, not modern, but created classic Star Trek was Gene Kuhn.
Yeah, Gene and DC.
Right.
Yeah.
But Gene wrote, like if Gene Kuhn brought us Klingons, he brought us the United Federation of Planets, he brought us almost everything that we think of when we think of Star Trek. And so Gene Kuhn was responsible for a lot of these great things, and they did not have him for season 3. And so when you say, why did Star Trek go so wrong in season 3? I don't think it's the lack of budget. I think it's the lack of Gene Kuhn.
Yeah, the bad episodes were really bad, and the good episodes were only okay, and then there were a few really good episodes.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes that are absolute classics, but not nearly as many as we saw in season 1 and season 2.
No.
And so, and Thomas says, of course, Jason doesn't know, of course. Didn't Gene Kuhn write a bunch of episodes under a pseudonym? Yes, he did. I can't remember what the pseudonym was, but he did write under pseudonyms, and he was... Gene Kuhn was responsible for a lot of season 1 and season 2. Like I said, he's more of a creative force of Star Trek than Gene Roddenberry ever was.
Lee Cronin.
That was his pseudonym?
Yeah, pen name was Lee Cronin.
Okay. But yeah, Gene Kuhn sadly never got the credit he deserved. Roddenberry was technically the creator of the series, but he didn't create all the stuff we love about the series. Which is weird, but yeah, that's just the way that it works. Alex Moore is in the house, says, good evening. How you doing, Alex? Anthony Mark says, let's say hello to Michael and Jason. I love TOS. I do too. I will tell you, TOS is definitely my jam. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on Danny. He hopefully will be here any minute. He said he might be 10 minutes late. He's 30 minutes late now.
He's using IT guy time.
He is.
10 more minutes is always a half hour. I'll admit to that one every time.
So I'm asking him if he's almost here. Because we got some episodes to rank, and I know you're feeling a little under the weather, so we don't want to. But I'm feeling a little under the weather.
So he actually did do, according to Wikipedia, he did 4 episodes under his pseudonym.
And then didn't he write under his actual name as well?
Yeah, but the episodes that were in season 3 were under his pseudonym for some strange reason.
Because he didn't want to be associated with it, I think.
Yeah. Season 3, Spock's brain. Whoops.
I'm going to be defending Spock.
Yeah, I know. Spectre of the Gun, Wink of an Eye, and Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. Those are the 4 he snuck in on. Asking an IT guy if he's almost here, then he will say yes, while not having even left yet. Actually, a bad one that I used to get in trouble for all the time was I'd have to, when I used to support a physical office, I'd go in because I got called in and I had to physically go, and then I'd fix the problem, and then I would start talking. Meanwhile, my wife is in the car for the actually otherwise incredibly fast fix, but because Jabberjaws here couldn't shut up, I would get a text message with, "Are you almost done?" And eventually she just got to the point where she just, if she went in and she wasn't with me, she'd just give up and turn the car off every time because I'd come back out, the car would already be off.
All right. So, and Alex's sources for the season 2 cancellation scare is documentary Center Seat. Thanks to Thomas Potts, I do have the Center Seat documentary, and we're going to be watching that after we get through the movies. So, I'm looking forward to that, actually. Gorilla says Spock's Braille is the episode where Spock becomes... Wait, better not make this joke because I don't feel like having a fight tonight. Okay.
Stock's Braille. Gorillas. Gorilla, do you need me to send you a new keyboard?
Yeah.
There's some spelling issues going on in there.
Planet X says Turnabout Intruder preemptively gets an S tier from me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Turnabout Intruder. That episode is so funny. That is one of those... it's precious. Star Trek Reviewer is in the house, says hi. Mike Richards is here from Columbus, Ohio. Mike Richards, by the way, is the best thing to ever come out of Columbus, Ohio. The second best thing to come out of Columbus, Ohio? I don't know. I'm just...
I at one point I thought I was going to drive through there, so I was almost going to be able to be part of that joke, but...
It's not Jason. We know that much for sure. Yeah. Because he has never been to Columbus, Ohio.
No.
So I think this, I don't know. Is Columbus, Ohio known for anything?
Probably.
I mean,
although the funny thing is other than the Air and Space Museum in Dayton, I couldn't find anything that would make me go to Ohio. Like at all. I mean, if you were into the botanicals, apparently there's some pretty big botanical gardens in one of the cities, but I'm like, this is... And people call the actual West flyover country. It's like, no. Ohio is flyover country.
And Stan Lee says, didn't Mike Richards get canceled after the racial slurs?
What?
I kind of vaguely remember.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, I know who he's talking about now.
What?
He's talking about Kramer.
Oh, because that Mike Richards. Yes, that Mike Richards was canceled, but there are multiple Mike Richardses. There's Mike Richards, the comedian with very poor timing, and then there's Mike Richards, the best thing to come out of Columbus, Ohio. Two different things. I understand it's easy to confuse them.
Wow, there's an entire sub-article on Wikipedia for the culture of Columbus, Ohio.
Wow, that is
something
weird. Stanley says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is that in Columbus, Ohio? Okay. So,
I'm looking.
Brian says Heidi Ho. Turnabout Intruder would get a B from me if it was not the last episode of TOS, but since it was, it is an F. Wow, Star Trek reviewer. You know, I'm not going to change the grade just because of where in the season it happens to fall. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to give it a much higher grade, I'm sure, than what Jason or Danny would approve of. But because I enjoyed the crap out of that episode. But I wouldn't change it just because yes, it was the last episode of Star Trek, but it's not the reason there was no more Star Trek.
Stan got it wrong. It's in Cleveland, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of architecture and some sports ball related stuff.
Well, nobody cares about sports ball except Thomas.
Yeah. But that employs him, so he has to care about sports ball.
Yeah, I think he's contractually required to always want more sports ball.
Yeah, exactly. Second.
And now I'm alone. That was me doing a song and dance as I wait for Jason to finish evacuating his bowels or possibly, doing terrible things to his dog with a fork. I don't know which, but I'm pretty sure it could be both of those things simultaneously. And I'll let you, with your guys' unbridled imagination, think about how evacuating your bowels and doing terrible things to your dog with a fork could be interrelated.
Now, the funny thing is, I was evacuating a cavity. It was my nose, except it absolutely would have sounded like my dog, who is dearly departed. Because that beagle had a sniffer that when it would go, it sounded like a dang pig looking for truffles.
So what you're saying is that you were torturing your dog.
The spirit of my dog, yes.
Okay.
He's very dead and very buried. If I was torturing my dog, I've definitely used a portal from Star Trek someplace.
And 47 Yorktown is here from Canadian Far East. You guys are weird.
Look, you know what's funny is, okay, so he's from New Brunswick. I don't know where, because that's the New Brunswick. That's the shape of the province in his logo.
Yeah.
And I used to correct him all the time because he'd say Eastern Canada. Eastern Canada is Ontario and Quebec.
Okay.
And we live in the Maritimes. And if you want to include Newfoundland, you say Atlantic Canada.
Okay.
But yeah, in essence, we are the Far East. But he's the only one I've ever seen call it that.
Yeah. But my point though is that the really Far Easterners like him are stupid because they don't know how to do time zones.
Well, have you looked at how far out in the ocean we are?
So, how does that make any difference? You still do. Time zones are 1 per hour on the hour. It's that simple. But we're going to do it on the half hour.
No. That's Newfoundland. That's not us.
I didn't say it was you, but
but Newfoundland is even obscenely further out into the ocean. They're not the only half-hour time zone in the world either.
Yeah. Well, half-hour time zones are insane, I gotta say.
Well, it doesn't help that, I've got people up in Louisville, which is actually further west than you.
Yes.
That are in the Eastern time zone, and you're in Central.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I don't understand that.
So Trek Reviewer says, what makes Turnabout Intruder an F is that it makes canon that there are no female captains in Starfleet. Aha! I will argue that is not true, sir. Yes, we do. Here's what we hear, is Janice Lester complaining about how Starship, the elite group of Starship captains doesn't have room for women and how unfair it is, and Kirk simply agrees with her that that's unfair. Now, what we don't know is, remember, Janice Lester is Batwoman crazy. She is absolutely certifiably insane. And so how do we know that she just tried to be a captain and failed because maybe her psychological profile came up with, no, this woman is Batwoman crazy, so she didn't get in, and she blames it on sexism. And however, she also, for whatever reason, managed to be screwing Kirk at the time, and so Kirk, because he felt sorry for her, was simply letting her believe that it was the sexism that's the reason she's not a captain, not her complete insanity. How do you feel about that?
It's plausible. I never actually gave it much of a thought when I was rewatching the episode a couple days ago. I just thought, this is a completely crazy episode, and I absolutely loved.
Oh, it is
Shatner.
Yeah, Shatner's gold in that one. Gorilla says, "Tell Danny to hurry. I only have till 7." You know what? I can't make him go any faster. If I could, I would. Yeah, but Danny is Danny. He's going to be Danny, no matter how much we tried to anti-Danny him.
There's half-hour time zones, and then there's the Danny time zone.
Yeah, Danny is in his own time zone. It's like we start at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, and whatever it is, Danny time. Stanley says Maritimes. Not sure why. Would season 3 have gone better if Spock was allowed to be the main character like Nimoy wanted? No. Kirk is the main character of the show. I understand that some people think William Shatner was a douchebag for wanting to be the center of the show, but Kirk was the center of the show. In fact, it's too bad that William Shatner, or someone like William Shatner, I should say, isn't playing Pike in Strange New Worlds and insisting that, no, the show needs to be about him and not everybody else.
So, now you would have been barely old enough to care, but do you know... Well, actually, you wouldn't have been barely old enough to care in any way whatsoever. But you're close enough to it that do you know why season 3 ended up being the end? Was it just general malaise for hokey science fiction, or
it really? I mean, my understanding is it really had to do with the fact that the way that Nielsen's were calculated back then, they only looked at the total number of viewers. They didn't break it down demographically. And it wasn't until later that they realized that they owned like the 18 to 24-year-old male market. They absolutely owned it.
Because the thing I've always heard, the only excuse I've ever heard trotted out was when they did get the 3rd season, it got shoved in the Friday slot, which is considered
right.
Go and die.
Season 3, Star Trek was already on its last leg. But all along, Star Trek was actually, among the 18 to 24-year-old males, Star Trek was one of the biggest hits of all time. However, in categories outside of that, so little kids, older men, women, Star Trek didn't do as well. And so, but the only thing the networks counted back then was total viewers. They didn't give a crap about, the demographics of those viewers.
No.
And so had they known, if Star Trek got the exact same ratings it got in the 60s today, the networks would be jumping for joy. But unfortunately, back then, it just didn't work out.
So where was it? So this is interesting.
And I like that. Patrick says, you don't say to an insane person they are insane if you want to have a good time. Yeah, that is very, very true.
Man, did they ever give it the shaft? They didn't just put it on Friday night. They put it on Friday night.
What, like not the 9 p.m. slot or the
10?
Okay.
And that's Eastern, which that's
the 10 to 11 slot. That's that's like the worst time slot to get.
Yeah, that is terrible.
Do we think Anson Mount would have been a better choice for Reed Richards? I do think Anson Mount would have been a better Reed Richards than Pedro Pascal, but I don't hate the Pedro Pascal choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of here nor there on it, but
I know
I
you
would have
hate
preferred
Marvel.
I would have preferred Anson.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice because it would have made up for the fact that he kind of got screwed out of his character he did play in the MCU.
Oh, Black Bolt.
Well, yeah, because they screwed him out of it twice
Right.
in the TV show that had like 8 episodes, and then of course he like
I
gets
never watched
killed
the
in the
TV
stupidest.
show.
Apparently, it was not good.
Yeah, that's all I've heard. Everybody I've talked to that has seen it has said it's like one of the worst shows
It's
ever.
like super not good. Yeah. Which, unfortunately, for broadcast television, the MCU shows were kind of headed in that direction. Because I used to really like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it first started up, because it felt like there was a lot of potential. But then it just kind of went off into crazy land.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Brian McFarlane asked an interesting question. He said, "Hey, Salty, a few weeks ago, Shatner said that Paramount was trying to cancel the Kirk character by not having him in ads, etc., for the Star Trek universe. What do you think?" I think that that he, I should say, is half right on this. Do I think that they're trying to cancel Captain Kirk? No. Do I think they're trying to cancel William Shatner's Captain Kirk? Absolutely. I mean, William Shatner's Kirk has not been on the Star Trek Day poster for 2 years. And, you know, they don't include him in any kind of promotion. Barely anybody talks about him. And now we have a new, younger Captain Kirk that's going to rewrite history. And don't get me wrong, I don't dislike, I can't remember the guy's name now, but the guy that's playing Kirk in Strange New Worlds.
Oh, Vampire Boy.
Yeah. I don't dislike him. I think it took me a couple of episodes before I really got a feel for him. And while he doesn't look like William Shatner and he doesn't sound like William Shatner, he does look and feel a lot like James T. Kirk. And so I actually I'm looking forward to more with him. I hope we do get more with him. I'd like to see him take over the Enterprise and see what would happen there. Miss Moneypenny throwing some emojis out there. Too bad, Evie Mux just sees them as the words.
Yeah, with the colon separators on.
Danny,
Yeah.
Jason, Mike, stop, fight. Which, of course, is the emoji for you, the emoji for Danny, the emoji for me, and then you holding up your hand saying stop, and then I don't know what
that's the two whatchamacallums, the Vulcan fighty things.
Batleth, or not Batleth, Lirpa.
Yeah. The crossed Lirpas.
You know, and that's another thing. It's like, you know, in Deep Space Nine particularly, it would have been really awesome to see some Vulcans wielding Lirpas in the Dominion War. Or even, I mean, well, here's what let this melt your brain for a minute. Bunch of Klingon warriors invade Deep Space Nine using their batleths because they prefer hand-to-hand combat. And there happens to be a Vulcan monastery on the station. And so you get a bunch of Vulcan priests wielding their Lirpas to defend.
That would be kind of, I'm actually surprised somebody didn't write that in to DS9 when
that would have been freaking awesome.
Invade. That would have been, well, it would have been hilarious on the one hand and awesome at the same time.
Yeah. So I would like to see that, but unfortunately, we never will.
No, we did not.
And I only learned recently how much it meant to the cast to do a Western, Spectre of the Gun, due to their prior appearances in Westerns. Yeah, a lot of these guys were in Westerns.
And DeForest Kelly in particular.
Yeah, he was a Western god. He was like everywhere in Westerns. And which is funny because you don't think of DeForest Kelly as anything but Dr. McCoy, but he was actually one of the most well-known actors in the cast at the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it would be like, if today you had a new TV show with, say, Chris Evans in it, And you're like, Chris Evans, he's a superhero. He was the Human Torch. He was Captain America. But this is something totally different. And so say it's a Western TV show. And 20 years from now, the only thing people know is Chris Pine played Duke Dukington, from
exactly.
Everybody Loves the West.
Yeah. But yeah, you go through. So first off, DeForest had 133 acting credits before he passed.
Yeah.
He was on Laredo, A Man Called Shenandoah, Bonanza. He was in the movie Apache Rising. He was in an episode of The Fugitive. I'm gonna have to go dig that old one up. Black Spurs is a movie. Slattery's People can't tell from the poster art, but I don't think that's a Western. Where Love Is Gone, The Virginian. Gee, I wonder if that's a Western.
Yeah.
Gunfight at Comanche Creek. The Dakotas. Laramie. 2 episodes of Laramie. Have Gun Will Travel. Route 66. Oh yeah, I mean, he was Stagecoast West. And I haven't even gotten out of the 60s yet. I haven't even gotten down to the 50s.
Right.
He was in a lot of cowboy stuff.
So, yeah, people don't realize how DeForest Kelley was a known actor.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, and I mean, he's got credits that go the 50s. That guy was just acting every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And yeah, his first credit was in 1945 in a short called Time to Kill.
And ABJ in the house says, are we talking about the past Fantastic Four release? I saw the 1-star rating and decided not to waste my time. Well, if you're talking about the Fant Four-Stick movie, I can understand that. Good job not wasting your time.
The first 2
Fantastic
Four movies.
Those were not the first 2. That was the second 2. The first one was the Roger Corman film.
He did a Fantastic Four?
Yes, he absolutely did. It never made it to theaters because it ended up just on the shelf. But they produced it in order to maintain the rights.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah! Look, when you bring up Corman, one of the pictures is a picture of the Thing.
Yeah,
that's funny. Okay, notwithstanding him, so for all intents and purposes,
the Tim Story films are the first 2 theatrically released.
Yes, and they're not terrible.
No,
the first one is decent. The second one could have been a lot better, because it was. I mean, you had.
My biggest gripe with the first 2 Fantastic Four movies is Doctor Doom and Galactus. It's not the Fantastic Four themselves; it's the villains.
Yeah, it's the villains. They messed up Doctor Doom, and they really screwed up Galactus.
Right. And if they had made Doctor Doom a more interesting character, more like the character from the comic books, and it would have been so much better. And Galactus, oh man, and people think, well, Galactus couldn't work. Dude, I understand the movie sucked, but the Celestials in the Eternals were badass. And you hardly see them do anything.
Yeah, there was a serious, obviously it unfortunately shows that you can screw up no matter what era you're in, no matter how much success you've had before, because they've just made such a hash out of anything to do with Celestials.
And the Celestials were really, like I said, in the Eternals movie, while the Eternals movie was a mess, and I don't deny that at all. I think it would have been better as a Disney Plus series than a movie, so that you could introduce all these characters. But all that aside, the Celestials themselves were really cool.
Yeah, on their own, like as things, prop pieces within the story. Yeah. Now, one of the things that made me the most sad about the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four was the fact that they had Lawrence Fishburne voicing the Silver Surfer,
and he was so good.
It was so good, and the bad part is you're never going to get that chance again. It's unlikely he'll tie himself to that.
Well, the funny thing is Lawrence Fishburne is already an MCU character because he's Goliath. Yeah, in Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, I totally don't think I realized that he
Yeah.
was.
Lawrence Fishburne is we don't actually see him use the suit, but he's Goliath.
Are you
And
sure?
yes, he's a professor at
He's Bill Foster in What If.
that's the name of the character that's Goliath.
Yeah, but he's not in the movie.
Maybe it's the first Ant-Man movie.
When was the first Ant-Man movie?
I don't know. You look up Ant-Man.
I'm scrolling through his bio. Right
Geez,
now.
you're the research department. He was in the frickin' movie.
Yeah. 2018. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he they talked about him basically and how much he's grown when he was using the PIM particles.
Oh yes, I remember that scene.
Yes.
Now. Yeah.
And he and Scott were comparing how big they could get.
Yeah. But yeah, because
And-
he
but-
did such a good job. At the
Danny, don't be
voice.
putting stuff in the chat. You're supposed to be here.
Don't be half here.
Yeah.
Be all here.
I mean, I understand that you're not home yet and you're like but don't stop and put stuff in the chat.
Oh,
And
Alex.
we got a super chat from Mr. Bogey. And, research guy. Okay, there he goes. Sad that Silver Surfer cartoon didn't get 2 seasons. Well, the Silver Surfer, man, there's a character that there is so underexploited. He's got a great story. I hope that part of the retooling of Marvel, I would like to see Silver Surfer get a proper film. Just a Silver Surfer movie that tells the story of Norrin Rad, how he sacrificed himself to save his home planet to be the herald of Galactus, and then he ended up losing his home planet.
Yeah.
And so it's basically like selling your soul to the devil to protect something, but then you find out just after you sell your soul to the devil that what you wanted to protect is already gone. You know? And Stanley says, Dork Knight wasn't doing it on Thursday at 6 your idea. Now, in fairness, Danny was lazy and sleeping all day.
So disappointed with the 2007 high expectations for that. So Anthony did not like the 2007.
Which one was the 2007?
I think that's
the first one?
I think that's Silver Surfer.
Yeah. The Silver Surfer one, I was so stoked when I heard, okay, so everybody said Silver Surfer, and so immediately my brain goes, oh my gosh, they're going to bring in Galactus. They're going to do it, they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And that opening sequence where we actually see the cloud descending on the planet and wiping it out, I thought, whoa, that was cool. Wait till we actually get to see Galactus. What?
And then you don't.
Yeah, and then you find out, oh no, the cloud is Galactus. Never mind.
Yeah, it goes along with that revealed set of interviews recently of everyone like, well, we never read the comics and they told us don't bother. And I gotta wonder if that was going on back then too.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking as far as, that's the problem when you get movie writers. And don't get me wrong, movie writers, I know you guys have a purpose, and I thank you for all the hard work that you do. But there are some things you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, don't skip the homework.
Yeah. And so if you're going to do a comic book story, you're really going to need to, if it's based on a story from the comics, you should know that story inside and out. Like if everybody that was part of Days of Future Past should have had a copy of the original 2-part comic book Days of Future Past with them at all times on set. And they should have been, every time they were on break, they should have been reading those comic books so they can understand what they're all about.
Well, and even more broadly put, because this applies, well, it applies to Star Trek, which is, of course, what we're generally talking about today. And that is when you are dealing with established franchises, whether they're shows, movies, or books, if there's a significant volume of content or very, very adored content, pay attention. Like, take 5 minutes, because you're either going to railroad your career,
right,
or you're going to torch a franchise to the ground, and whoever it is that owns it is not going to be pleased with you. So, making enemies is also not at the top of the list of things to do when you're dealing with such a inside baseball universe as Hollywood. Because, I mean, most people, like, one of the most unfortunate examples is that the vast majority of people, short of wow, my browser just like completely took a dump. I mean, nothing's broken and I'm still here, but everything just like bloop.
Thomas, you need to clip that, buddy. So, and then edit it so that, wow, I just took a massive dump.
I didn't take the dump. My browser did.
There, now I got him to say I.
Oh, now you're going to go back and just like splice it together and be like, I
took a massive dump.
All these hard cuts between. You'll have to run it through like a smoothing algorithm to get the video to smooth out and everything. But no, I was going to say with the Alien franchise, a huge amount of people don't consider anything after Aliens to be in existence.
Right.
And outside of that, for those the people that will give a tiny little bit of leeway, they'll only allow for the comics, like the graphic novels that came out from Dark Horse. Because they did a fair good job of extending around things like the aliens and the predators, and trying to mesh the two worlds together. And that was just with two. And I mean, you go and you look at a huge enterprise such as Star Trek, and I mean, and then you get, 2009 was okay, but then it just went right off the deep end from there. I mean, I don't know what they thought they were or weren't doing, but they did a spectacular job of that. All right. Okay. So my browser tab for this is gone completely monkey.
So can you fix it?
No, I will jump out and I will be right back.
Of course. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to clip that section. I got to find it here. All right. So that's not right.
That's hilarious. All I had to do was exit the studio and come back in, and even have to close the browser.
Oh.
Like 3/4 of the elements on the screen wouldn't reload. It was weird. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah. I don't understand why. I don't know. I know there's obviously always the chances for studio interference on things. I mean, we hear even just mild stories like, say, like the Hunger Games was a trilogy of books, and the third book got turned into 2 movies.
Right.
And a lot of people question whether that was entirely necessary or just a money grab. So it's all over the map on all kinds of different things. Right. But yeah, it's very frustrating, and like what they've gone and done with Discovery, and to a certain extent with Strange New Worlds in certain ways. It's like there's a ton of content that exists. Just go and go watch the original series and then go make your Wrath of Khan movie. Don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just go make a movie and I'm gonna put Star Trek on the top of it.
And I'm gonna make a villain so good that it'll just be the next Khan.
Yeah.
How many times have they said that?
Man, I forget who it was I was watching. And it was someone I generally don't disagree with super often, but they actually made the stupid comment that friggin' Cumberbatch's con was actually okay.
Okay.
No. Cumberbatch trying to do con was okay.
No.
Cumberbatch's
sorry.
no. Okay,
No.
wait a minute. Anyone bothering to try to do that at all was a bad choice. Him trying because he took the job, okay.
Well, no, I'm okay with him getting the job and doing it and doing basically what he was paid to do.
Yeah.
Paid an insanely high amount of money, by the way. But he was just so bad that I would really like to see Marvel put him in a tank in my bathroom, and so that way we can if I'm losing my mind here. Never mind. What? I just,
You're talking about Cumberbatch.
Yeah, Cumberbatch.
Did you know they had $190 million net budget for frickin' Into Darkness?
Really?
That's insane. And that's all that they could pull off.
ABJ, am I a comic book reader? Yes. Well, I was. I have, and this is why I've been waiting for the MCU Fantastic Four for so long. I have all the Fantastic Four, except for the first 25 issues. What are you doing now? Are you making fun of me or something?
No.
Well, the way you laughed and then said no, I'm pretty sure that means that's a yes.
The Phantom of the Opera made me laugh. Excuse me.
I see how it is.
Oh dear. But yeah, I don't know how in the world you get to this off of $190 million. Like, it's just
Star Trek Into Darkness?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, it's simple. You piss on $190 million.
Yeah, let me go look up Cumberbatch here, and I want to see if they have his salary in his bio, because they don't usually
says
list.
Don't rob a bank with Jason, and he is going to sing.
What? Yeah, maybe he's pointing out my inability to hide what's going on. So he got $7.5 million for Doctor Strange Multiverse and $5.5 million for Doctor Strange. But those are the only two.
Wickerbitch Cumberslut. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. I know that I won't take away from the fact that Mauler is extremely detail oriented and quite smart with a lot of his criticisms. But when he does drone on for too long, the one thing I will say though is he will absolutely throw down. And if you've never watched his, I don't know how long it is. I got to look it up because I know it's stupidly long. Like unnecessarily long to a certain extent, but I did slowly get through it, and I think it's his review of Multiverse, and I think it's I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, 5 hours and 50 minutes.
That's Mahler.
Yeah. However, what made it so good, even though it took me days to finally get through it all,
right?
He has a different name for Benedict Cumberbatch every single time he invokes his name.
Yeah, I try to do that, because it's. And
Super
Mr.
chatty.
Bogey with another $4.99, thank you so much, says, defending studios, films have to follow a certain formula or it drags. My non-Tolkien uncle hated Fellowship of the Rings because they just kept walking. Well, I think people that complain about Fellowship of the Rings because they walk too much don't understand what the story is about.
Yeah.
However, and I'm one of those few people that thinks that whenever people use studio interference as an excuse for bad things, I usually get upset because I don't think studio interference is a bad thing necessarily. It can be a bad thing, but also the studio not stepping in can be a bad thing.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that can absolutely cut both ways. There was something I watched. I finished watching Stallone's documentary on him.
Yeah,
That's up on Netflix, and believe it or not, they originally, and this was new info for me from watching this. I had no idea.
right.
They wanted at the end of First Blood, so the movie that's not even actually called Rambo,
Right.
because a lot of people get that wrong. They wanted to actually have the Colonel kill John Rambo.
Why?
Don't know. But Stallone was like, "You've got to be kidding! We've got like a huge suicide epidemic going on with vets,
Right.
and you want to show that there's no hope. You want to show that that this is what they're coming home to.
Right.
Is if you go off the reservation, we're just going to kill you anyway."
Well,
And he actually stepped in and said, "This is crazy," and the producers didn't listen, and they took it to a test audience, and it was apparently beyond offensive, and they just.
Well, and I think of for me, the biggest case of studio interference, as first of all, this is a huge instance of studio interference, and second, it made something that every one of us, I guarantee you, love, even every single member in the chat, you, me, Danny, who I wish was here, everybody, and that is Star Trek itself is only exists because of studio interference. Because the studio said, no, you know what, Gene Roddenberry, that thing, the cage, that sucked. That sucked donkey balls. But you know what? I think that there's a good idea buried in there somewhere. Let's redo it and make it a little more colorful, shall we? And we ended up with Where No Man Has Gone Before, which was a huge improvement.
Yeah.
And then they continued to improve upon it as time went on, and we got Star Trek: The Original Series.
Yeah.
So,
which, by the way, even if and and I'm gonna poke at you too, because this is one of those things that I'll probably only bring this out once in a blue moon, but you're less than enthusiastic appreciation for the existence of the founders of the WWF. For those people who absolutely adore the movies and TNG. Those wouldn't exist without the original series.
Right.
Because for me, as much as I have a place in my heart for the original series, it's not my first Star Trek.
Right.
The movies are my first Star Trek. The original cast movies, those are my Star Trek. That's my Star Trek home for me.
Right.
Because that's
your introduction to it.
Because that's what I got to see first because of where I lived.
Right.
And
I love those 6 movies, except for 5.
Yeah.
So I love 5. I think about Fry from Futurama when they were going to the video store to rent movies to watch while Professor Farnsworth takes a nap, and they're trying to look around there, and Leela says, now Professor Farnsworth isn't taking a long nap, so we'll only have like 6 or 7 hours, and then Fry looks at him and says, "Hey, you know what works out to be a pretty decent movie? The first 6 Star Trek movies. It averages out to be a pretty good movie."
Yeah.
And it's like, you just got to take 5 out of it. So Trek Reviewer put this up here a minute ago, and I've been wanting to respond to it. It says, "Nerdfights, I believe Vadic is the best Star Trek villain since Khan, despite the fact that they changed her into a puppet of the Borg Queen." Trek Reviewer, you are Batwoman crazy. I'm sorry. That Vadic was the dumbest excuse of a villain, especially because she was just a puppet. She had no real purpose, and then she dies in a way that changelings shouldn't die.
She was the best villain that someone thought they were creating. Now, she did have the potential to be an excellent villain had the character been developed appropriately, and an enormous amount of what we were given had been removed and rewritten. But she, because the what's her face that played the part, Amanda Plummer,
Right.
is very good at being crazy. And there was serious opportunity available with that actress, and they threw all of it away. And it's unfortunate, but this is what we got. And I mean, the fact that they just threw her out in space and smashed her on the hull of the Shrike was just foolish.
Yeah.
It was literally a throwaway villain.
Don't get me started. And Alex asks, was Into Darkness secretly about Edward Snowden?
Edward Snowden. Or how in the world would you draw that parallel?
No idea. I'm kind of at a loss there. I don't know why he came up with that. Patrick says, "Okay, I have to call tonight. It's almost 1:15 a.m. here, and you need to get up early I need to get up early for work again. We'll rewatch the stream and see if you ever get to rating the episodes." Thank you so much, Patrick. I promise you, we'll rate the episodes as soon as Danny gets here.
Well, we'll have to rate them pretty quick because it's
I know he's
getting on. By
the time he gets here, it's gonna be, well, guys, thanks, Danny, for showing up, and the show's over. You know. Here's a good question, says Trisha. You know, it's always a good question when someone starts out by saying, "Here's a good question." Would Star Trek be as big today if Jeffrey Hunter stayed at Pike and Kirk was never brought onto the show? No, I don't. At least I don't think so. I think Kirk's hamming it up is unique to William Shatner, and I don't think Star Trek would have become the monster franchise that it did become if it wasn't for Captain Kirk. But, you know, call me biased. What do you think, Jason?
I don't... Okay. If the show lasted the same 3 seasons...
Right.
I don't think so. And that's because Shatner's delivery and acting just had a thing about it. And he was already, I mean, I know Jeffrey Hunter had a decent repertoire as it was, but Shatner had been acting since like the frickin' 30s or something like that.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. Like, I just want to go look at what Jeffrey.
And Alex with a $1.99 super chat asked the question as a trivia question: what were the other 2 pilot candidates? I have no idea. I didn't know there were other pilot candidates. I assume you mean candidates of alternatives to Where No Man Has Gone Before, as opposed to alternatives to The Cage, because Roddenberry actually made The Cage, and you know he thinks that's like the greatest thing ever because he's an idiot.
You know what's kind of funny is, and I say this with, you know, not meaning to be mean to people specifically who enjoy watching these shows, but most of his stories he's written that have been turned into TV shows are not good.
Yeah.
And that does include Andromeda. Like, we've said this many times before, and we're not the first people to say this. I'm not the first person to think it. He's an interesting source of ideas.
And yes, you are the first person to think it because, you know, reasons.
Okay.
I don't know.
But yeah, he's an interesting source of ideas. He's like George Lucas.
Right.
But beyond that, his ability to refine and accept criticism is so absent
Yeah.
that it and it's just it just results in less than good content. Oh, apparently Danny is stuck on a highway.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, send me a link and I'll join from phone. The 15 is closed and had no idea.
For real, Danny? I'm going to bed now. Wake me up when Danny gets here.
Are we going to try to do it from his phone, or
Well, I don't
because the
think-
last time we tried to do that, it didn't go so well.
Right, that's the problem. I don't think there's any way he can rate anything from his phone, but we'll try to do one and then we'll see. But I don't think he can do it. I think he lacks the mental capacity.
So drive and rate.
So what is the episode with the crazy chickens? You know, crazy chickens.
Better to try and fail than never try at all.
Muds, women,
Brian. Look at Brian with the motivational speech today.
Well, thank you, Brian.
Well, I tossed him the link, and we'll give it a try, and we'll see how good the team AB is. But if it doesn't go super well, and it's going to be like a long haul, we might have to reschedule because it's getting on.
Getting on with them years. Getting old. Getting Danny-fied. So I might be able to do a show tomorrow. So maybe we could do it tomorrow.
What's all of a sudden freed up tomorrow?
Well, since I've been feeling sick, it would probably be a bad idea for me to go to worship night. And
Yes, that's right. That's
expose a bunch of people to my whatever this is.
You're share and share alike.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what the bad part is? I completely forgot. There's a giant reason why it would never have worked. Our good friend Jeffrey Hunter,
Yeah.
he dead.
Yeah, he's dead now.
He died at 69.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Because
Is
it's come up before when we've talked about stuff. Yeah, so yeah,
he
the real answer is absolutely no. If he had been, then it would have died with him because then he would have been lacking of. Are you falling asleep?
No, I'm all right.
Your head started to do the. I'm really gonna pass out.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out, but I'm all right.
Okay. The
what?
Yeah, so the real true answer to that question now is absolutely no. That would have been it. We would have had 3 seasons of Star Trek and then no more.
Yeah.
And all we would have to kvetch about right now would be Star Wars.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, there's an interesting little thought experiment is how weird of a TV and movie world would we have if there was no Star Trek? Like beyond the 60s Star Trek series.
Like Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, like if we had none of that, like absolutely none of it. We had no TNG, no theatrical release movies. And yeah, you're definitely falling asleep.
No, shut up. Just shut up.
Hey, look, man, it's okay because as soon as we call the ball on this, I'm gonna pass.
I know.
Right
Well,
away.
you know what? I'm so mad at Danny right now because he's sitting there on the freeway, just cruising along.
Well, I sent him the link and he hasn't tried to jump in yet, but I don't know. We might just have to. If you think you could do it tomorrow night, find your most uncomfortable chair and switch to that. That'll keep you awake.
Give me some ice water to dump on my head. That's what I need. I'm just tired because I did my first Uber driving today. and which was fun. Made a few bucks, but I'm tired now, and I was like, okay, we'll do the show, and then I'll get some sleep. And Danny is not here because he's a jerk. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
But he hasn't touched the link yet, so I don't know. He must be in moving traffic and can't fuss with it.
Or, and hear me out here, he just sucks. I mean, I'm just saying it's a possibility is all. So, yeah.
Ben, well, yeah, exactly. The episode formerly, we'll change the name to the episode formerly known as the review of season 3.
It's kind of like some of the episodes in season 3. We're just sitting here waiting around for something to happen, and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
But at least we had "And the Children Shall Lead."
Oh man, and that's extra fresh in the brain. Yeah. Or well, it was either into the palm or sometimes just in the air.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Hail, hail, fire and snow, friendly angel. What the hell? Yeah.
You know what's funny is even though a lot of that episode is borderline irredeemable,
Yes.
all they had to do was explain for a minute
What the Gorgon was?
what the deal with the green floating ghost angel dude was.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make any sense.
And they stopped believing him and then he melts like the Wicked Witch.
Yeah, it just
For no reason. It doesn't make any sense.
What an episode.
It's a classic. It's an absolute classic. I think that that one should have gotten the Emmy Award for most original dramatic series.
Well, if they ever started doing retroactive Razzies, I'm sure that one's going to get an awful lot of Razzie Awards.
Speaking of Razzie Awards, still waiting for Danny. So feel free to roast him all you want when he comes on, if he comes on. And even if he doesn't, go to his Discord and take it down or something.
Discord?
Or not Discord.
Wow, you're done. You're
done.
done.
I'm loopy today.
I was gonna say you've used up whatever
you
have
cognitive
left.
skills I had are just depleted.
You are where I was at the end of the day yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually,
and amazingly, we have 30 people watching.
I know.
As my brain slowly melts from the inside. And so every once in a while I just start. It's so weird because I can tell it happened, but I can't control it. Where I just start saying something that makes no sense whatsoever, like Danny's Discord.
There's a movie title that I'm thinking of that I could almost use as a joke title for this.
Danny's Discord?
No, where you're starting to kind of fall away, like disappear intellectually here while you're on the verge of falling asleep.
Yes.
And I cannot think of what it is.
And it's a combination of the fact that Indie Tiger. Those fighting words, buddy. Those are fighting words. So now I can't remember what I was going to say. It's a nice. Oh, jeez. Well, okay. So yeah, it's a combination of a couple of things as far as my brain functions. One is that I am very tired, and two is that I have actual brain damage. And so when you combine that, and I'm not even kidding.
No, I know. Look, it's like one of those things where if I ever got like a proper diagnosis and I found out I've got some kind of
degenerative brain disorder.
No, like I've got like some kind of a social related, like if I'm like
autism or something.
Yeah, like I've got like mild Asperger's or something. It's like I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I am the way I am, but it does add a layer of comedy to be able to say.
Yeah, that I have brain. Yes.
Like of all the things to be able to fall back on, it's like I'm brain damaged. Goodbye.
I need Danny to make me a shirt that says, "Hey, don't make fun of me. I have brain damage." So, yeah, I mean, and the sad thing is, like, so when I went in for my MRI, then the neurologist reviewed it, and it's like, well, yeah, we see 3 new lesions on your brain, and I'm like, well, what does that mean? Well, we'll just keep an eye on them. And it's like, yeah, but then you look up, like, what is a lesion? And it just says an area of brain damage. So, yeah. Great. So wait a minute. So you're just saying, oh, yeah, 3 new areas of brain damage, and we'll just, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Is it I'm on the precipice of drooling?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be like, what's her face from Boobs and Dragons. I always forget the name of the show.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. I don't know if you know this, but
somebody has brain damage on the show?
The young lady, I had no idea until about 6 weeks ago about this. And I do want to come back to this extremely loaded question from Brian, because it is unfortunately loaded. But the young lady that plays, and I say young, but she's not.
Oh, and we just got a $1 donation from Ignored. Thank you so much. But you need to bigify me in order. Let's see. Whoop, wrong one. All right. So you schedule. Oh, great. Now it's gone.
Oh.
All right. So let me go back to
the tape.
Roll the tape. And all right. There's. Oh, come on. I was rolling the tape. It was working. Hold on. Bear with me.
Yeah. It's Amelia Clark.
Okay.
She's had multiple strokes.
Has she really? I didn't know.
I had no idea. And they happened throughout the filming of...
strokes, not seizures, but actual strokes.
Full-on, strokes and or seizures. It was not good.
So the donation was from Ignored by 2 Jerks. Who says, so you schedule a stream when Dork is on his way home, so it affects him, but you can't make it later because Jason needs to sleep? Well, no, we
have a Danny.
Yeah. We scheduled it when we scheduled it because this is when we always schedule it. But then, but Danny was late getting up today, so now he's running his errands late. And
are you fucking?
I'm not saying anything horrible. I'm just saying that that's a fact.
You're just not here yet. Now you're here.
Yeah. Okay. So which Star Trek movie puts me to sleep the quickest? That is a loaded question.
Technically, the right answer is always going to be the slow motion picture.
No, actually, I will tell you this, and no joke, for me, it is Star Trek 2. And but here's the thing, and this is something you have to stop and think about. If you are having trouble sleeping, it's best to put on something
I suppose, yeah.
Because the better you know it, then your brain goes into this relaxation mode, and it actually does help you fall asleep if you watch something that you've seen 1,000 times over.
I'd rather watch.
And Danny's gone. T-Mobile, ladies and gentlemen. T-Mobile.
At its finest.
Yes.
Always on point.
Which, by the way, hilarious fact is that Thomas actually sent me a picture of T-Mobile sponsoring our live stream. I think I sent you the picture.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, man, it is absolutely hilarious, considering how horrible T-Mobile is. But, Danny still has it because he's stupid.
So I don't think that's going to recover, so I'm going to just
Oh, come on. It's so much fun to just keep him there. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry. Let me get. She had a full-on aneurysm.
Okay, so she had an aneurysm. Gotcha.
Yeah, which is super bad.
Yeah, they were worried that I was having an aneurysm at one point.
Yeah, I remember they went in and double checked the thingamajiggy. Yeah, so she underwent surgery and then ended up with aphasia temporarily and couldn't even say her own name.
That is messed up.
Yeah. And let me drop the comment.
Well, look, so
Nerds fight over Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but look
look at that. Yeah. How in the world? How did we manage to pull that
because
off?
the stream was monetized.
Oh, and it must have like...
And just, they slapped a T-Mobile sponsor over there.
That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, and I thought that was the funniest thing because...
Meanwhile, you're a former employee of Verizon, and we like to bag on T-Mobile all the time, even though I get it whenever we go to the States. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What was that?
Sounded like Danny singing.
It was, and then his connection dropped.
So, yeah, I don't think the audience actually heard him.
No, they did. They would have. He was still in the... Yeah. Oh, there we go. He's back.
Oh, there we go. Is it working now? Jesus.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I heard myself from you.
I'm literally doing 5 miles an hour on a fucking highway. This is ridiculous.
That's like in Toronto. There's a highway. They call it the Parkway. So now you're on a parkway.
Can you position my camera a little differently or no?
I can't. How could we position your camera?
I don't know. Like,
no, you can't. That's all right. Just we'll look at the delivery van behind you. That's okay.
Yeah.
We have half your face.
Hey.
Anyway,
who sat in your back seat?
What?
He's like, who's that in your back seat?
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I just want to give a shout out to John Gill. John Gill sent me a DM, and I guess he's not here.
Yeah, because he doesn't like us.
It's no. Here's the thing, guys. I've been very what's the word? Not vocal, but very like honest with my issues with alcoholism, right?
Right.
And so John hit me up the other day, and apparently, he like had a bad episode, if you will, of alcohol stuff. And
and
he was
John's
asking me about advice.
Yeah, well, John was going into detox, and now you made me refresh my memory. So John,
okay. Yeah.
John was asking me about that he was going into detox, and I told him he should talk to you because you've been through it.
Well, maybe that's why he hit me up then. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, we had a nice heart to heart, and maybe he's in detox right now or rehab or whatever. But all my well wishes, thoughts, prayers, whatever you want to say, go out to him because I've fucking been there, and it's not. And, guys, I got fired yesterday. And,
well, fired is
you told me not to talk about this. Never mind.
Yeah. Fired is a strong term. You got laid off. Let's put it where it is. You didn't. It's not like the boss put the hammer down and said, "I hate you." It was, it was a simple non-disciplinary parting of ways. And so, which sucks for you. I'm not saying that it's not sucky and traumatic, but at the same time, it's not the same as being fired.
I know, but I was liking wearing a suit every day and
Betrayed by the T-Mobile.
T-Mobile once again.
now
There he is.
yeah, I'm glad I don't have I'm glad I'm not a gun owner because
Wow, dude! No, you're careful with you don't want. I don't want you to get me in trouble here. Please don't. My brain-damaged brain can't take it.
All right. Well, hey, well, I'm doing 10 miles an hour now. You want to get on to the ratings? I have my notes at home, but I'm pretty much, I remember them all, so,
Oh, sure. Show off your not damaged brain.
And again, what's been fun about doing these with you guys is I've been watching the show when I go to rewatch episodes. I'm watching them in the production order, not the release order.
I'm gonna have a tough time when we get into TNG. I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm gonna have to rewatch all that.
Dude, you're gonna first of all, TNG way longer, way more. We're gonna have to do like every other week, just so I have enough time to watch them. You know what I mean?
So yeah, TNG is going to be a challenge. I'm just saying. All right, so and oh wow, you're too quick for me. All right, so the first one we have, we'll get right into it, is All Our Yesterdays, which I happen to know is Jason's favorite episode of season 3, and so.
It's literally the last episode I finished watching, and I finished the last half of it at lunch today. Oh man, what an episode!
And you love this one because
I don't like it.
What's not to like? Spock eats animal flesh.
It's a D for me. Like the story falls apart because of a few mistakes. It takes me out of it by the time I get to the end of it. There's a bunch of stuff that if they had have just done enough, a little bit different, this would be a solid B. But for whatever reason, this episode just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. Maybe it was because I watched the episode in 2 parts, and I should have tried to do it all in one go. But
well, Signed Book Collectors thinks it should be high C or low B. Although then Gorilla says C because I barely remember it. Trek Reviewer says A minus.
Hold up. No.
Excuse me.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yes.
If you had to give me like a synopsis of the episode, give me your in a world gone mad kind of thing, like your movie trailer version. Like how would you describe this episode?
Spock goes back in time, and apparently something that wasn't done to him is actually been done to him, even though it wasn't done to him.
That's terrible. That's fucking terrible. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's the plot. That's the plot point that breaks for me because the jailer was all upset that Kirk was going to die because you didn't have your prep done before you came to this other time, and then as soon as that happens, it freaking shredded everything that was going on. Because up until that moment, I was fine with everything, and it was okay. And I will actually double down just to drive Thomas nuts. I don't consider this a time travel episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I know they're using time travel, but it's not a time travel episode.
It's not a classic time travel episode in that their impacting of the future is not part of the plot, which is usually what's going on in time travel episodes, is people worrying about what's going to happen to the timeline.
If you're going to pull me up at all on score, by the way, C is as high as I would go. Yes, and I have activated Thomas. I am a nitwit.
Yeah. I was thinking more along the lines of a B, but I'm okay with C. But
if you and Danny call it B, then that's why why 3.
Yes. No, I'll actually, you know what? I'm cool with the C because I have no D's or F's in my
really
notes. When I get
dude,
yeah,
are you?
When I get home,
have you? I know you've had a rough couple of days, but you're not smoking crack, are you?
Did you watch season 3 of TNG instead of TOS?
Yeah.
First of all, I fully expected to give Spock's brain an F, but then when I watched it a couple days ago, I was like, you know what? This is not as bad as I remember it.
Well, okay, but let me refresh. Look, I know I have a brain damaged brain, right? I get that, but I don't think there's anyone with whether you have brain damage or not.
I spoke too soon. Now I'm doing not even 5 miles an hour on the highway.
So, and the children shall lead. And
I have that shirt. I have that T-shirt. Well, I used to. I yeah. Terrible.
This is for sure.
Episode.
This is my F. This is my insta F for me. I do not like. This is a bad episode.
I couldn't give it an F. Come on. No,
wait. Hold on. Let me say something real quick, okay? And for everybody in the audience and Jason, I hope you're I know you can't really look at the screen, Danny, so I don't want to distract you there.
I'm driving. I can't look at the
but everybody else, look at the screen very carefully as I hit this button, and there we go.
F-. Oh.
Really?
This is the one where
all they had that lawyer on as the
Melvin Belli, who played the Gorgon.
All the kids are playing rock paper scissors, except everyone always plays rock.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, or whatever. Yeah.
And I mean, hail, fire and snow, friendly angel, give us a blow. I mean, what the hell?
It is such a bad episode.
This is honestly,
come on, come on. There've been
This is the episode that can give Threshold a run for its money as far as being the worst episode of Star Trek of all time. I say this is the worst episode of the original series.
Why? Quantify that. Why?
We never get unlike a few different things you can kind of make up in your head for headcanon to explain all our yesterdays.
Hey! Sorry. Go.
Don't worry, we can tell when it's you barking at a driver.
I'm just waiting for the car to suddenly start flipping and
Well, I mean, I just got cut off by 2 assholes. I could have been flipping. But no.
This we get no explanation as to what the Gorgon Angel is at all.
Yeah.
All we know is
but he melts when the kids don't love him.
Yeah, the rules of the game are not explained even remotely close.
Why? Tell me. Okay, I will rescind my F- if you can just tell me why does the Gorgon melt?
Yeah.
So look. So I don't know the answer to that.
However, well, there you go. F- it is.
Okay, that's fine. And you know what? That's fine. But remember, I was telling you guys I was watching the sci-fi special feature thingy or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so for this episode, you know why that lawyer got that role?
Melvin Belli? No, I
Yeah,
have not.
the
Yeah, that's the lawyer. I don't know why he got that role. No.
he got the role because he was best friends with the then producer of the show.
Well, you know what?
That's
His
and
friend
William
stabbed him in the back.
No, and William Shatner's like in the I'll have to send you the clip in the sci-fi special feature thing. He's like and sometimes that's just the way Hollywood works.
That's the polite way of saying I disagreed in very colorful ways at the time, I bet.
Yeah.
All right. So from that utter piece of crap sandwich, we go to the Cloud Minders. This was, I thought, strictly from a sci-fi perspective, this was a really interesting episode.
I liked the whole floating city thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
There's the floating city thing. There's the troglodytes living in the ground dirt nastiness and the just to support the people of what's the name of the city, like Stelos or something like that.
You could almost say that the writers of Elysium maybe kind of stole a few story beats out of this.
Can we not go any faster? My God.
And then Droxanne, says Anthony. Droxanne is a definite contender for hot chick of the series. And I thought that notice that whole conversation where she's with Spock going, so you're telling me that Vulcan males only make love once every 7 years? Is there no way to change that cycle? It's like, whoa, where are we going with this?
Yeah. So where does it sit for you, Danny? The Cloud Minders. The Cloud
Minders. What are you thinking?
I wish I had my notes. And I'm literally not even doing a mile an hour on a freaking highway right now. Which is
it looks like everybody's passing you from what I can see.
Yeah, you're in the bad lane.
You just picked the wrong lane.
Thanks. Anyway, no, I need a little. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I need some refreshers.
This is the one that Cloud City is in,
where they have
not helpful.
The city that's floating way up in the sky, and then there's the peon workers that keep everything alive down on the ground.
Yeah, and the Enterprise shows up because they need a shipment of this mineral that can only be found on this planet. And Kirk and the crew find out about the horrific society that they have. And there's actually some interesting intellectualism in it, like when Spock and Droxanne are talking. Z-Knight, thank you. Are you okay, Danny? Do you need somebody else to drive you?
I'm fine. No, I'm fine. It's just these assholes aren't.
You don't seem fine. I mean, you seem like any minute you're going to die.
Well, it's been a rough, 48 hours.
I get that, but we literally look like we're about to see you drive off a cliff.
Seriously, wait. Well, what's funny about that is I was actually contemplating literally driving off a cliff last night. Dude, seriously?
Stop?
What the fuck?
Are you? You're not from New York, are you? Because you sound like a New York driver.
No, I just can't handle these people. No, I am being courteous. I'm driving slow, cautiously, safe, and then I'm getting cut off by multiple assholes, not just one, multiple. And I'm like, really? I get rewarded for my good driving by this?
So Danny, I'll cheer you up a little bit. Twinkle Teaches says hi.
Oh, she hates me. Whatever.
All right. Well. And
she is saying hi, though. There is.
And Thomas says, has Dork never been in traffic?
No. Not letting you over. Sorry.
Wow.
I have definitely done that before.
Stan,
let someone over.
This is the opposite of me when I was so mellow driving the Uber. I was just like chilling, and I'm a mellow driver as it is.
You guys see me, right? You can see how slow
I can see how the guy behind you just switched lanes to go around you.
I'm on the 15. This is a highway, and I'm going not even 10 miles an hour. This is
Right,
ridiculous.
but everybody's going around you.
No, they're not. Okay, hold up. Okay, let me. How do I switch the camera? Look, do you see this? No.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
Danny.
standstill. Do you see
Danny.
that?
Yeah,
Danny.
we keep seeing people sneak by you on your left.
Yeah. And you know what? It's called traffic.
Okay.
It's not, it's every major city has it.
Is it the 515 or the 215?
No, the 15. There's the 215.
Oh, the big 15. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, this is just the 15.
I just want to plot a
Just so you know, yeah. If you want to look it up, I am coming up on exit 11 right now. Well, I mean, I see it. It's probably gonna take me like 5 minutes to get there.
It'd be great if we could find the traffic cam and we'd see like Danny's car moving 5 miles an hour and everybody else going 70 around him.
Are you actually getting close?
No.
Are you down close to all the casinos?
Well, exit 11's Las Vegas Boulevard.
Okay, so from the Punk Rock Museum all the way to the Aria is basically blood red on the Google Maps.
Yeah. No, dude, no. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on. Traffic is shit.
Oh, yeah. I found it. There's a car accident right before on the southbound lanes. There's a car accident right before the exit to the 592.
So Gorilla says, Jason, running GPS will be like the time the GPS kept telling me to drive off a cliff.
Dude!
So when you get past Caesar's Palace, it should start to open up again. But yeah, there was a traffic accident. This
dude better be glad. He better thank God I don't have a gun. I'd have shot that dude. That was
Danny. You remember how when we talked before, I was saying, "Hey, you should consider being an Uber driver so you can make some money." I take that back.
Yeah, no.
You would not make a good Uber driver.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
I mean, granted, some people might find it very entertaining, but I think most of your riders would be just scared to death of you just randomly yelling at people.
So, what exit did you say you were coming up close to?
Well, I just passed 11, so I'm 12A. I'm about to pass. So my exit is.
Oh, so you're south. So you're south of Caesars already.
Yeah, I told you, man. I live.
Yeah. So you're okay. I see where you are now. So the problem you're having is you're stuck in the stupid traffic snake that gets created from bad car accidents.
Yeah. So my exit's 12B for those of you tracking online, and I am almost there, but it's like a sea of taillights. It's terrible. Like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so that's one of the most annoying things about traffic snarls is the fact that they always end up going in a different direction from where the problem really started, and then no one understands what's going on because you probably drove by where the car accident was, except it's like gone.
Well, here's the thing, and I feel terrible for saying this. I hope somebody died.
Dude. No.
I prefaced it with I feel bad saying this, okay?
No, then don't say it.
Oh my God. Finally, I got my exit. Oh my God.
If you have to say, I feel no. It's like when you say, I'm not a racist, but no, don't say it. Just keep your mouth shut. Okay?
Hey, what are you talking about? I have tons of black friends.
No. He's saying it's the same as saying that. So
I know. I'm
Yeah.
So okay. So now that you're,
I'm actually doing 60 miles an hour right now. This is awesome. Oh,
all right.
God.
So now that you're not surrounded by 7 million people, the cloud minders.
Yeah. I look. I'll be honest with you, man. I need my notes.
Twinkle Teaches says she will get her librarian ruler and whack you on your smart bottom.
Well, she'd probably get. Yeah. That's a kink for her.
And you're complaining about this?
I was going to say only for her.
I mean, okay. So we'll move cloud minders over to the side for now.
Yeah.
Since Danny can't figure it out. All right. So next up, though, we have one that is one of a rare gem and an S+ for me. Day of the Dove.
I really like this episode.
Yeah. I would give this one an S+. Kang is one of my absolute. Kang is my favorite Klingon.
So, 100% agree. This is one I don't need my notes for. I remember this one. I actually watched this one last night. It was a fucking amazing episode. Like, and I'm pretty sure it was on accident, but the Klingon in the episode, he kind of had like forehead ridges, but I think it was like something he had in real life. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They weren't prosthetics.
No, there were no prosthetic foreheads, but yeah, Kang is awesome, and the Klingons. We learn a bit about Klingons in this one. Unfortunately, is all undermined later by But yeah, this was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a great episode.
All right, so there we go. So we all agree Day of the Dove was awesome. So let's get next up on our list. Now this one I'm curious to see where everybody falls on it. Elan of Troyes.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
The one with the neck.
And Danny's gone.
Oh.
There
he's back.
Hear me, guys?
Yeah, there you go.
No, you're back. You disappeared, but
so you know, I have a thing for gilfs. This chick is still alive, and she's still hot AF. Just saying.
I haven't seen her recently, but
I did my research. Well, she's rocking a blonde look now, which is fine, whatever. But because when you get old and you go gray, blonde is hold up, shit. Okay, I can't do two things at once. I had to switch lanes.
So you're talking about France win.
Yeah.
Yes, France win. She is super fine. Oh my god. And Kirk, I love how in this episode, Kirk gets her tears, falls in love, they make out a bunch, and at the end, McCoy's got the antidote, and then like Spock's like, he doesn't need it. His first love is the Enterprise.
So just so you guys understand, this is what Danny thinks is hot. And by the way,
dude,
this picture.
dude. Oh,
This-
you're gonna get me in a wreck. I'm looking at. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah, I'm driving, man. Come on.
No. I just want to put things in perspective. This picture is from 22 years ago. I'm
Oh,
just.
she's so smoking hot. Oh my god,
Dude, you are smoking crack. You are. What is your thing with old? No, what? No. You see, your mommy thing is getting a little creepy. What is your thing with old ladies?
Look, it's not just old ladies. They gotta be beautiful.
Apparently, it is.
No, you gotta understand. Like Gates McFadden is still gorgeous.
Gates McFadden looks like the Crypt Keeper.
Wow, that's a little harsh, bro. Come on, that's harsh.
You're right. I apologize. She looks like the Crypt Keeper after getting bad plastic surgery from the Real Housewives.
That's even worse. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'm almost home. I'm finally almost home. So. We'll.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think France Wynn was very attractive when she was young. I'm not saying
she was gorgeous. Are you kidding me, dude?
I said she was very attractive. Okay,
less distance or less volume. You're cracking herd.
I'm sorry. I said she was very attractive. So that's not an insult. Okay, you understand that?
All
right. However, she is a very old lady.
She's 80. What? 83.
80. She's 84.
I think she.
I already looked. She's 84.
What?
84.
You're roboting on me.
84.
84? Okay, 84. That's the hottest 84-year-old I've ever seen. Are you out of your mind? Jeez.
Dude, you are smoking crack. You are literally smoking crack. And so, and I found a more recent picture of her. Here's what she looks like today.
It's a goddamn smoke show. What's wrong with you? She's hot.
Danny?
Have you seen a hotter grandmother in your life? Come on.
Yes.
And hold up. Yeah, I gotta pay attention to the road. You got me.
No,
I'm all Twitter pated.
I'm not saying she's like the most hideous 84-year-old I've ever seen, but she's 84. Well, yeah, she's obviously hotter than Gates McFadden. That goes without saying.
Oh my God. I got mommy issues, man.
You do, dude. There's something seriously wrong with you. You are messed up in the head where you're sitting there lusting after 80-plus-year-old women, dude.
No.
Hey, guys, please. We need to start a GoFundMe right now for Danny to get some freaking therapy, so that he can stop drooling over.
Hey, at least we know where to start.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I'm watching these television shows of these beautiful women in their prime, and then they just happen to be 60 years ago, and now
that would be fine if you said no.
And I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, you know what? I would still hit that. What's wrong with that? That's just saying that, like, they maintain their beauty.
What's wrong with that? You serious?
Yeah, okay. No, I heard Jason's sigh. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, for me, it's like a B episode. It's all right.
Dude, Kirk making out with this chick, I got a boner. It was
Oh,
great.
hey,
It
look,
was
you
like-
know.
Wow,
like,
Danny.
This is an A for me. So I mean, you guys argue it all you want, but when
And
when
by the
Kirk
way,
got
okay,
it-
so let me explain to everybody what a boner is to Danny.
oh come on.
Let's see. We're going to move the actually, and change stop screen share.
What are you doing?
Oh, you'll.
What are you
This
doing?
is what she looked like in 2021.
Hold up, let me see. I'd still hit that.
See, oh my God, what is wrong with you?
I'd still hit that. What's wrong
You'd
with you?
kill her.
You wouldn't hit
You would kill her if you hit that.
Oh, I'd get all up in them guts. I mean, I probably would kill her, but it'd be worth it.
Just so you know, your mom is still in the chat.
I feel so.
Oh,
Penny, I am sorry.
sorry,
I-
mom. Sorry, mom.
I am so sorry that he is your son.
Don't be that. That's mean. That's mean. Look, I didn't know.
all right.
First of all, I'm in this EV Mux link. I can't see the chat. I didn't know my mom was here or Twinkle or whoever I else know. You know, I'm just being authentic. You know, I am.
No, you're
who I
being
am.
freaky.
No, I like.
You like freaks.
Yeah, I don't like. What am I gonna do? You know.
How about this? How about not having sex with 80-year-olds?
Unless you're
Well,
also
I
80.
That hold up though. I haven't. That's the thing. Maybe that's the appeal to me because I haven't.
What are you doing to the?
I messed up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it, so bear
Okay.
with me.
Hey, I'm about to pull into my driveway.
Are you going to apologize for what you were saying?
No, I
Okay.
am unapologetic about anything I've said. I would dude, I'd smash the F out of France Wynn and Gates McFadden, even in their geriatric state right now. What I'm going to apologize for is I need like 2 minutes to get in the house. I'll be on my computer and
It's
I have
official.
my notes, and we can do this right.
It's official. Danny wants to be the sex scandal.
Yeah, oh yeah. He said that before.
Yeah.
We have that on the record. All right. Well, we'll see you in the base.
I hurt. I genuinely am. I hurt in a way that I've never hurt before. Danny,
Well, we're definitely gonna have to fly through the rest of these episodes because I can feel the onset coming here.
the fact that Danny is lusting after an octogenarian, folks, I don't know. I apologize if this is your first time watching the show. I am so sorry. I genuinely didn't know that Danny had this thing for really old, near-death women. I mean, yeah, who would have known? He's trying to rob the grave.
I'm actually kind of surprised that no one dropped the name Sophia Loren or Anne.
Don't even mention them, please.
Or Anne Margaret.
Danny will literally just start. He'll
just
end
die.
up. He'll end up with another whipping out incident. So
Yeah, well, we'll just leave those names off the table for now.
yeah, leave those alone. I mean, Lord knows when we get to whom gods destroy, he's probably going to say the same thing about her. So you know, and so I
Wait, what?
what?
That's okay. I'm just going down the research well here, and just give me a second.
Okay.
Oh no, never mind. Someone's misattributed something.
So Yeah, and thank you, Thomas, for being able to come up with that picture so quickly because my research department obviously couldn't.
I was not interested in flaming the fan any further. I'm still back at the city in the clouds.
Yeah, so you remembering it?
Oh yeah, because it's probably like the least amount of clothing we've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Droxanne that was serious.
Yeah.
And so let's see, is Danny here?
Yeah.
We're just waiting for the camera here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Come on, Danny. Come on. I know he's probably
and it dropped it.
Yeah, of course. Today's episode brought to you by T-Mobile. T-Mobile, because sometimes you want to not have internet.
Indeed.
Yeah. T-Mobile, because reliable connections are a little overrated. Let's be real.
Because everybody enjoys not knowing whether they're going to be up or down.
Well, Danny is definitely up. He's up for ancient women. Hey, are you 80 years old and lonely? Call 1-800-DANNY. Danny's looking for you. If you're more than 80 years old and still breathing, Danny is down. Any day now, Danny.
Well, he can't hear you, so
I know. So I'm gonna continue to make fun of him until he gets here.
You're extra audible.
Oh, there you
Hello.
Hey,
Are we good?
You missed my little promo for you.
Oh, of course I did. Let me get my notes.
I was putting it out there that any single ladies over the age of 80 should give you a call.
Well, it's been a minute since I've gotten laid, so that might not be a bad thing. So, okay.
No, I don't think it has any. No. You see, you're missing
Cloud
the point.
Minders.
Yes, you're missing the point. I don't think that the fact that you haven't gotten laid in a while is a factor. I think you just want women over the age of 80.
No. Here's the thing. You guys are not being fair. Look. No.
I showed the picture.
Look. First of all. Sorry. First of all, women don't stay the same age forever. So when I'm a child and I'm watching a gorgeous woman from a 1960s television, in the case of France Wynn, or the 80s from Gates McFadden, I'm a kid.
Right.
But
you know what you do?
You know what? In my mind, I'm lusting that version of them, and then I see their.
Hey, dude, the lady that played Dr. Pulaski looked great in the original series.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You know what?
What was the one? She was in. She was in the one with the Medusan.
Is there?
Yeah.
Episode,
oh my god, she was
looked,
a smoke show in that episode.
Right.
Oh my god.
But Danny, when I see her in Star Trek: The Next Generation, I'm not like, oh yeah.
See, that's the thing. Maybe that's where there's a disconnect. So I see her as Dr. Pulaski, and I see her as the chick from. There no?
Hold on, we got a donation.
Okay.
I'm interested in a much younger man, Danny. Bird was great, but he is getting too old.
And that was from Nancy Pelosi.
Oh no.
You can go fuck yourself. I don't like Nancy.
No, Nancy. You see, Nancy Pelosi seems your type.
No. Nancy Pelosi is repulsive.
Yeah, so is Gates McFadden.
Actually, no, she's not.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
wow.
I was trying to stay away from it any longer than possible,
tongue, sir.
All right. By your standard, Danny,
yeah,
you're wrong.
What are you
Because you're
talking about?
actually allowing politics to interfere with how you're thinking about this. Because if you look her up when she's a freaking like way back at the start of her political career.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not familiar with her in those days. I pulled up my notes. The Cloud Minders, I gave a C plus B minus. So whatever you guys want to give it. That's.
I'm fine with a B. It's a fine episode, but it's not like one that It's not like it's like a absolute stomper for me.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So and then Alana Troyes.
Oh, dude, I love this episode.
I know you're like S plus because
dude. I actually look. Sorry, Mom. Mute.
Oh, your mom is crying right now. Just
I jerked off to this episode. She's so
oh my
hot.
god,
Dude,
Danny,
she's
Danny.
so
Whoa.
I did say mute, Mom. So
No, yeah, but what about me?
oh.
What about everybody in our audience?
Dude, are you kidding me? She's so hot in this episode. She is so hot. Like in like even Kirk oozing machismo can't deny her. You know what I mean?
That's because she has magic tears that hypnotize you.
Anyway, S plus for me. You guys do whatever you want with it. Yeah.
It's just another B kind of episode for me. So
what? A B? Oh my god. Sorry. Hold up. Sorry. I got to compose myself.
It's okay. So I wouldn't.
Right.
I don't think I would quite go as low as a B, but I certainly would not go to an S plus.
Oh wow! So you got to compromise with an A, maybe.
I might go A. I think a low A is an appropriate grade.
A low A. I say S plus plus, and you're saying a low A.
There is only A, fortunately, so it has to.
Well,
Jason, will you allow an A?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah, right. Jason is a nice guy.
You can pull it up to an A.
Well, Jason pulled it up, Danny pulled it up all right.
I pulled something.
I might be tired. I might still be sick, but I still usually have a pretty good choice of words on purpose.
Oh my god, I am so sorry, guys.
No, we're sorry. We're sorry that you made it.
Oh, whatever. No, well, never mind. You told me not to talk about it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, next up, the empath. Now, this is another F or F minus for me. I hate this episode.
So this episode, I put boring AF D plus F. Mm-hmm. So
if it goes to a regular F column, I would be perfectly satisfied.
This is a terrible episode. Yes.
I only ever remember when this was what was on, when I had to watch this in syndication. I was like, are you kidding me again?
Yeah. Love and compassion are dead in you. You're nothing but intellect.
No, not to make it all about her, but like the impact.
Oh, so it's just because she's. So this is what it is. Danny doesn't think she's that smoking hot, and so that's why.
No. It has nothing to do with.
Wait. Your whole reason
she's not attractive, but that has nothing to do with.
But your whole reason for Alana Troyes being a good episode was how hot France Wynn is.
She's. I'm sorry. France is a smoke show. Oh my god! But this chick, the empath. Not only is she not look, let's I don't want to be that guy. I'm not saying, it's got nothing to do with her being ugly. It's got nothing to do with that.
It seems like that's all you're rating based on the looks of the female characters.
No. It's a boring ass episode. Come on,
it's just not a good episode.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Boring,
Danny. I'm not saying it's a good episode because I said it was an F minus. I'm going up to go to F. All right. So I am definitely not saying it's a good episode. I'm simply saying you are a complete hypocrite.
Actually, what's funny is
how am I being a hypocrite?
No,
how am I being a hypocrite?
Because I think that while not the most attractive thing ever, that you could make arguments that the girl playing the empath is not an unattractive lady, and
Dude, are you
hold on,
kidding me?
Dan,
She's got a pixie haircut. She looks like
Dan,
a boy.
Oh, so
She
you
looks
don't
like a
like her?
boy.
Okay, so since you don't like her hairstyle,
Okay, I get to swing in what I was trying to squeeze in here.
yes, go ahead.
Okay.
If you go dig her up, the freaking costume and hair did her dirty.
Yeah. And well,
She looks like a teenage boy in the episode. I'm just saying.
dude.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, I get that, but you're still you're rating your defense.
No.
Hold on. Okay. Your defense of Ilana Troyes was based on how she looked. That's all you had to say was how smoking hot she is.
Dude.
See,
you're
doing it even now.
I went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
she
but
is
dude,
smoking
stop.
hot. Oh my God.
Danny,
You corrupted your score with too much research.
Yeah,
I did.
for the love of God, stop talking about it. And you're proving my point. Because the only thing you keep talking about is how hot she is. You haven't said anything about what actually happens in the episode.
I mean, I can if you really want me to. I didn't know we were doing like reviews. I thought this was just quick ratings, but no. Like
I think you're missing the point, Danny.
Her acting range was stellar.
It was not.
Anyway, we gotta get rolling here.
Yeah.
All right,
This is fun, but
yeah. Well, okay. So S plus Enterprise incident.
yes.
Oh my God, definitely. This is the one where Spock is a pimp.
Yeah, this is where Savick is conceived. Yes.
Yeah. No. This is S plus for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, the one that Jason has no clue that even existed.
Dude, hold up. How are we gonna gloss over such
Because
a
we
great
have to
episode?
hurry.
Okay, all right.
Maybe if somebody wasn't 2 hours late.
Fair enough.
So yes, we discovered an episode that I have literally never seen.
Yeah.
This is the longest title in Star Trek history.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the world is hollow, and
I have touched the sky.
I have touched the sky.
Yeah, I have to watch this before I fall asleep tonight.
I literally had to give this an extra line because the title took up an entire line in my notes over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I gave this a C.
Yeah, I it's between you two because I didn't even know it existed.
I think
It's
C to me is generous.
well, yeah, I'll allow a D.
All right.
I'll allow a D.
I'm not a big fan of this episode.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, is there in truth no beauty?
No beauty. Oh my God, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Dr. Pulowski.
Okay.
Smoke show.
Hold on.
So,
Please hold
so
on.
smoke.
No. I'm not going to let you do this for 2 episodes. Tell me what you thought of the episode, not what you thought of the chick that was in the episode.
Okay, so it was a little on the nose. It was called a Medusan. It's so
Right.
ugly. Instead of turning you to stone, I'll make you drive mad. And then somehow Spock. So there was the dude earlier who was in love with her.
Hold on. So are you gonna say that somehow Spock shrugged it off? Is that what you're gonna say?
No. I was just going to say somehow Spock overcame the madness.
He shrugged it off. That's what I said.
I mean, I guess that's one way of putting
All
it.
right.
Okay.
So wait. So you're criticizing that about this episode, but you're not.
I don't think Spock should have been able to shrug it off like that.
And you know what?
In your words.
Right. And I don't think Kirk should have been able to shrug off the Elan's tears.
Oh, dude. So I agree. In that, like, I really
you
wish,
agree, but you wanted to give it a freaking S.
Dude, I wish that would have come up in the future, because, like, I know McCoy was like, or not McCoy, Spock was like, oh, he's already got the Enterprise or whatever, because McCoy was going to give him the or the whatever,
Right.
and Spock was like, oh, it's not necessary. But God, I would have loved.
It would have
like,
been funny as if in the motion picture there was a quippy line like Delton's tears don't affect me.
yeah, something. You know what I mean? Just some kind of callback. You know, it would have been nice. Yeah.
All right, so what do you give this one though, Danny?
Oh, hold up. I gave this A minus B plus is what I.
Yeah,
put.
for me it leans towards the B side. It's a decent episode, but it's the on the nose part is kind of a bit of the it's one of those, you know, especially when you find out the character is blind. It's like,
and I like how I love how somehow McCoy knew she was blind and never said anything until the end of the episode.
Well, he is her doctor.
Yeah, and that was fine, but it's just once that revelation was made and it just kind of leaned the rest of the way in.
What do you mean the revelation? Like, dude, you knew she was blind from the beginning of the episode. Like, she took her the shades off in like the first 5 minutes.
Right,
of the episode.
but you might, but if you were, seeing it for the first time, you might assume that she's just, she's crazy.
So the last time I watched this episode very recently, the last time I would have seen this episode would have been quite literally decades ago. I had no immediate remembrance that she was blind.
Really?
So yeah, and for me, it's made to be buried in the way they tell the story, because they go on about the fact that she's telepathic and that she trained on Vulcan and all this stuff, which makes it seem as though that all these faculties of her are making her capable of being
what bothered me the most
job
about this episode? She's supposed to be blind. They didn't even take the trouble of giving her. They could have given her eye drops to make her pupils huge, because when you're blind,
dude, this is the 1960s.
I don't know if they had the pupil dilation stuff in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
And if they did, I wouldn't have wanted to use that stuff non-medicinally.
Right,
because it was the 60s.
Right. All right, so here's an episode that if you're gonna rate it based.
Okay, hold on, Thomas. I know you like to play sometimes, but like, honestly, do you think I sit and watch TOS on rewind like every 6 months? I don't.
You should.
You should. Never do.
You should. What's wrong with you, sir?
You can cast whatever stones you wish at me.
I will.
I mean, it's look.
This has been. I want to tell you guys legitimately. I love you guys, and I know I was late. This has been the most fun. You say
that every week.
I do. That's because it's so awesome. I love Star Trek so much.
It's
so cool.
Jason doesn't, obviously.
But yet, behind me, I have purchased copies of the VHS of my favorite
even though he
episodes.
does never watch it.
Yeah, I buy it because obviously 35 years ago, I knew I was going to be on the internet, so I bought this stuff in preparation.
Yeah. All right, so next up is one. So on the one hand, if you're looking at it from like just the effects or the makeup, you might say this episode sucks. But I have to say, when you look at the story,
what's below?
What you know?
No, Michael. There's a.
Yeah, that's the F minus. That's in the children's show.
Okay. I couldn't see it. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow,
anyway.
and the children shall lead is F minus. I don't remember giving that.
Yeah, that was when you were in the car yelling at cars.
Yeah, I disagree with that totally.
Right, because you're stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry. Look, okay. If the chat, do you guys actually think that Danny's right that "And the Children Shall Lead" is a good episode?
No, I didn't say it was good, but it's not an F minus. It's like a D. You know, I mean,
I don't know if I would go. I wouldn't go past F.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right. So and anyway, let that be your last battlefield. The everybody thinks it's about race episode, but it's not about race.
This is the one with the half white, half black guy.
Half black, half white. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I gave it a C. I gave it a C.
You gave it a C?
Yeah, I didn't like. Maybe
Oh my God!
Talk me off the ledge.
I'm done.
I didn't like this.
No, I quit. If you
really, wow.
Okay, what is your score for the episode then?
Yeah, what is your score?
I would give this at least an S.
Really? Wow.
Apparently, I'm fired too. Because
look at the chat.
This was so on the nose.
Look at the chat.
Okay, I need to pull up the. Hey, wait a minute. I gave you a thumbnail. Why didn't you use the thumbnail I gave you? What the hell?
Evie Mux went weird. It like triple scheduled everything, and
dude, I put a lot of work into that thumbnail.
I can't change that Evie Mux screwed up. We didn't do that.
We have no idea why, but it triple scheduled everything.
Danny,
there were 24 images I had to
Danny. We didn't remove the thumbnail. Evie Mux screwed everything up. I'm sorry. That's life. Okay.
Fine. And Stanley. Yeah, if I was on time, I would. Yeah, whatever. I get it. Yeah, I'm. All right. Fine.
Anyway, look. First of all, it's not on the nose and that's the ironic thing,
dude. It's totally on the nose.
Danny, let me finish, please.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Apologize.
Everybody thinks this episode is about race because that's the on the nose part.
It's clearly about race.
It is not about race. Not at all.
Then what's it about? If it's not about race,
it's about hatred. It's about the destructive force that is hatred. And
look, I know you're married to a black woman. So you're
I knew this. No. This has nothing to do with that. I knew this before I married Bridget. If you look at the episode objectively and you actually try to critically analyze the episode, the whole point, and this is the beauty of the writing, the whole point is that Loki and Beale, they have their classic. Hold on. Their classic 1960s stereotypes. One is playing the oppressor. The other is playing the so-called, the colonizers or whatever.
Oh,
and however,
just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah.
However, we find out that everything Loki says about Beale is true, and everything.
Are you sucking a lollipop, Jason?
Yes, he is.
Hey, look, I got to do something while you guys are going to war. I feel like this episode has turned into let that be your last battlefield.
Everything. No, listen. This is the important thing. Everything Loki says about Beale is true, but everything Beale says about Loki is also true.
Yes. So,
right.
Because it's two sides of the same coin. It's totally totally racism. How do you not see this?
Because it's not about their race. In fact,
it is. The whole point is, even Kirk says, I
tried. I quit.
No, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Guess what? I only see it as like a B.
I love you, Jason.
And I'm not just saying that to throw a grenade in the room either.
No. I mean, I'll allow a B. This is a C for me, but
you will allow A is as low as I would go.
Well, no. We both said
I was going to say I don't have control.
C, he said B, so this is a B.
I said S plus.
No, this is a B. Don't you dare put this in the A. No.
Well, technically speaking, A is in between S plus and C.
Yeah. And by the way, the chat the chat is with me on this.
This is no. I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah,
and nobody
S plus. So yeah, the chat is with me.
Patience, Mr. McFarland also comes with a lollipop sometimes.
Now I want a lollipop. I think I have one.
You need something, but it ain't a lollipop. You need a freaking lobotomy. That's what you need.
That's not that's not cool.
Well, because
oh,
it's
now
true.
we've got Thomas
Yeah.
twisted all the way up.
And thank you, Ben One Eye gives it an S. So yeah, yeah.
No. Thomas is right. Do a poll. Yeah.
Now, as
What a
far
bunch
as
of yeah. What a bunch of morons, except for me.
oh, look at the gauntlet thrown down. If I know how. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy go. All right. Now, as far as what I I always used to think that it was about race.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
How is it not? How is it not about? race?
I will tell you why. There is a very broad spectrum of probable.
Damn, I really want a lollipop now. I'll be right back.
Wow.
Now-
so now he's not even listening to you. You know.
No, that's okay. Well, he wasn't really listening to you earlier.
That's true. He's not listening to anybody.
No, he didn't have that far to go.
Okay.
So,
I'm not. Yeah, I have a lollipop.
so when you consider what was going on at the time, and you consider that in 68, 69, you were entering into some of the worst hostilities in the Vietnam War, and in the Vietnam War, you literally had communism versus capitalism within one country, within one race, within one culture, and they were seeking to completely destroy the other.
Wow, yours is a circle.
Mine's
a
heart.
Mine's a heart.
Got swirls on it.
Yeah. You know, can we Danny? Let's talk about the lollipops. Okay.
Okay, so at any rate, there's plenty to be draw from, and this is where you got to be period specific. There's plenty you can draw from because the Vietnam War was a proxy war, and people had to be so careful about how they spoke about these things. And it was capitalism versus communism on a small scale. But what's even that much more interesting is the fact that it was absolutely at that point within one race and one culture and one country. And as much as I like to have fun and blame most of the 20th century on the French, the reality is that the amount of allegory that can be drawn from just that one country's existence and struggle is huge. So,
And Danny, why did you seriously? You got a lollipop and then you just bit down on it?
Yeah, I can't. I'm
You're bad for that?
Yeah. Let's say, yeah. Sorry.
I'm talking, Wall. Anyway, this is why Thomas is not a manager.
And Stanley,
Hey,
His expectations are unrealistic.
I just noticed this. You changed the name of the channel to Nerd Fights?
wow, dude, you are behind the times, aren't you? I even sent you a message when I did it, and you just yeah. Jason at least got the message and then looked.
Well, you know,
By the way, if you go to the Nerd Fights homepage, you'll notice that I even changed that too to accurately reflect when we do live streams and all that. So but no, you don't care. You just chomp down on your lollipop and talk about how Let That Be Your Last Battlefield is about race.
whatever. Look, I got
And
fired,
I know, Tom, you're right.
so
Jason doesn't seem
I'm
to know
not
how
going to
to
be
do a
late.
poll.
Here's the good news for the show, guys. I may have lost my job, but I won't be late to the shows anymore after
Yes,
today.
you will.
No.
You absolutely will. There is no way that you will not be late.
Poll is up.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
So what? How did you? Did it poll for all grades, or what did you do?
Race, geopolitics,
What
or
did
other.
you say?
Okay.
Yeah, race, geopolitics. Well, right now it's 50-50. So. Oh my God, she's a smoke show.
Dude, stop!
Why? What? No. It's you pulled it up. I didn't do that.
I did not mean to, but
Control your clicking.
Yeah.
Next episode.
Oh my gosh, she's so hot.
There, I closed the window that she was in. I apologize. All right. Next window is the Lights of Zatar.
Zatar.
And so this one is so dumb.
Hold, please. I have to consult my notes.
Of course, because Danny can't think. He needs
No, because I take this seriously and I did my homework.
If you took it seriously, you'd understand what Let That Be Your Last Battlefield was about.
It was about, dude, it was about race and fuck you to my dying day. Okay. You know. Hold up. The lights of the time.
Yes, that's the one.
I gave this a C.
Yeah, it's like a C or a D for me.
I was like D or F. So
I'll go with D. I'm happy to go with D. I was being generous.
all right, all right. So
At the moment, geopolitics is winning by a lead over race and only barely over other.
yeah, see, race is losing to other.
You know what, Michael?
Yes,
I love you, but fuck you. Okay.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. You know, just because you're wrong. All right.
I do genuinely love you though. So
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
I need people. I need and hey, I don't know if you saw my text earlier. John Gill, I'm not gonna like throw this out.
Hold on, we just got a super chat.
Super chat.
So Thomas Potts with a $2 super chat. Seems like Men in Black 2 took the name from this episode.
Maybe. No, maybe.
And perhaps I might have. I don't know. I don't know if I could plan that well. I'm this tired. So,
well, hey,
but I'm making a popcorn moment out of it. So.
How's the poll going, by the way?
We are. Race is now in the lead.
What?
Yes. See, because I'm right and you're wrong.
Because you got sock accounts.
50.
Whatever.
15 votes. Race is in the lead. Geopolitics is second place.
My lollipop is gone, and you
because you're not supposed to bite them.
Fair enough. Anyway, so I was, I had something profound to say.
No, you did not,
and I totally forgot.
You never have anything profound to say. You have something stupid to say.
Wow, Alex
being mean.
That's fucked up, dude. No, I got.
Yeah, that's not nice, Alex.
Yeah,
although
nice.
it might be true, but it's not nice.
Well, the fuck, dude.
All right, come on. Next episode.
Daddy can't even lollipop. Yeah, exactly.
Stop it now. Go to the next episode.
Truth is truth, man.
What the fuck, dude? No. The Mark of Gideon.
The Mark of Gideon, yes.
I gave this like a B minus, C plus. I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys debate that.
I mean, I can do B.
Yeah,
it's not a great episode. It's not a horrible episode.
No, it's kind of like one of those. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if the Warp Bubble episode with Crusher might have been inspired by this.
I'll be honest with you guys. Going into this season, I thought there were going to be a lot more D's and F's.
I tried to tell people season 3 is not as bad as people think.
Yeah, it actually isn't. It's not.
They think it's like season 1 of TNG, 1, 2, but it really isn't.
Oh, Mom. Okay, I'm going to get another lollipop.
Jeez.
For real?
Well, now you can blame it on Penny.
Just have them get the bag of them or whatever. I mean, come on. This is dumb. All right, so here's we got to wait for Danny. Okay, so
no, I'm here. Yeah.
Well, you weren't.
I was gone for like 2 seconds.
First of all,
blame my mother.
It was more than 2 seconds, and you don't need to ASMR the lollipops all day. All right, you're not helping. not helping.
Next episode. The faster you bring them up, the less time we have to do this.
And I agree, Thomas. Jason and Dork aren't adults. All right, next up we have another one of Jason's favorites. The Paradise Syndrome.
Dude, I fucking
I know
cried.
you cried. Yes.
Dude, how'd you know? How did
I know? How could I not know? The ending credits are of Kirk over his dead wife's body. Of course you cried.
So
I will tell you, I get teary-eyed at that scene.
okay, well that makes me feel a little better. Okay, that makes me
It's
feel a
a
little better.
good episode, but
Dude,
for
no,
me, the way like the
Oh, this is a S+ for me. Fuck you.
no.
this is-
Oh no. I'm not gonna say that it's like only a C or a B. Like I would easily say this is an A episode, but it's very distracting. Considering the costume
it's
motif
like
they chose.
this is like hold up. This is like the prototype for Inner Light. You know, instead of like a lifetime.
No, I know, yeah.
You know, he got 3 months. You know, Kirk got 3 months, married, knocks a chick up, then she dies, and his kid died. Like, oh my god.
No, it's a really good story. Like it's like an A or an
He's just gone.
No. Stop. Don't just cut me off. No.
all right, it's an A or an S.
I'll go
This is
S.
S.
Yeah,
This
I'll
is
say
S.
yeah, it's S.
This is S.
I do think that this episode of all of season 3, this one has the most feels.
Dude, it does,
And,
man.
yeah.
But it's just for me at the same time as it's such a good, well-written episode that it does not stand the test of visual time. It's like this.
Why? Because of the Indian.
This okay? You
shit
know
or
what?
Whatever.
You know what? Okay, you can. It's episodes of shows like this.
Hold on.
Which
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah, I can't.
Jason.
it's an S. It's up there. He's put it in the S.
Hold on. Let me make one argument for S plus. Okay. And Danny, I need you to focus, buddy.
I'm trying. Give me a second.
Yeah, we'll get okay because I need your help for this.
Okay.
In order to make the argument for this to be S plus. All right. So are you on the screen, Danny?
Oh yeah, you sure?
Yeah. I'm here.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. Oh no! Don't, man! Don't, no.
That's my argument right there.
Okay, fine. S plus. Put it in.
Okay.
You're not wrong. It's just okay. So okay. This is
Wow, we got him good.
I hate you guys.
All right. So Mrs. Price with a $1 donation says, "Hey, honey, I wanted your."
I washed your binky, so it's ready for your bedtime.
Hopefully, you won't have any problems like you did last night.
Oh,
okay,
dear.
Man.
Okay, so just let me throw this little funny little
Danny.
comparative
Thank you
anecdote out.
You did make my argument for me, though,
Okay.
Danny. Thank you.
So there's been
That's not, dude. You are taking advantage. Never mind.
Anyway.
No, I do.
No. Hey, let me tell the story. It will make everyone laugh.
All right.
So everybody has been pointing out the fact that a bunch of Zoomers and like Zennials were shown the show Friends, and they're like, "How in the world could you have something that's this offensive?" And and everyone
Right.
says it's such a good show, and it's funny that I roll my eyes at the people that make that comment.
Hey, where's your lollipop?
Right here.
By the okay.
But this episode affected me in that same stupid way, and maybe it's because part of my childhood I grew up way up in the north with First Nations people. I don't know.
That could be.
But it affected me in a way that it makes me look at this show differently. So I have to put myself in a different frame of mind when I think about what was going on in this episode.
Right. So let me say this. Besides the whole thing with the most heavy feels ending of any Trek episode, I'm not going to show the show the picture again. But I'm just saying, despite it having, it has the most heavy feels ending of any Trek episode, in my opinion. On top of that,
no. I would say "Sitting on the Edge of Forever"
No, I think this one beats
Rivals
out. I think this one beats
You
out
do?
City. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, because his wife and his kid.
And keep in mind that Kirk, this was the one and only time that Kirk was able to release himself completely of his burden of being captain.
Yeah, because he got amnesia.
Right.
This is why this is
But
the prototype for the inner light.
that. Right, but besides that, we also have the introduction and lore to the Preservers, a very, very interesting super race, and I do think it's the Preservers that made the weird asteroid thing in the first, second episode of Strange New Worlds. But it's the introduction of the Preservers.
Oh wow! Value of Nothing says he thinks this is better than Inner Light.
I would tend to agree, to be honest. Value of Nothing, but
that's
I'm just
okay.
yeah. And Alex Bogey with a $1.99 super chat.
Super chat
Says, I need some church life after listening to Danny.
Well, you'll be able to catch it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, there will be a church life tomorrow morning, and that'll be day 40 of our 40-day fast.
and
so.
I need some Jesus in my life as well.
You should be there for my church live streams from now on. All right, so let us continue on with another episode that is hailed by many as being like this incredible, groundbreaking classic. To me, it's not bad, but it's not that good. And that is Plato's Stepchildren.
Oh, this is the one where Kirk and
Would you
Look at the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So I may or may not have jerked off to this episode.
What, dude?
Just saying.
Will you stop?
Tonight's
talking
show
about,
brought to you by Overshare.
I'm just saying. S plus.
Yeah.
You guys give it whatever you want.
Jason, it's tonight's episode of Nerd Fights is brought to you by Kleenex brand tissues.
Useful for all your bodily secretions.
Look, I
and I'm
look,
dead.
No, like no, guys, we've talked about
Wow,
this.
this is just so
I've always had a crush on Uhura.
I did too. I'm not going to sit there and say that.
No. Okay, look, I'm not going to repeat my graphic disgustingness.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, when I was a child, because my mom, thank you, Mom, you probably saw in the chat, and I'm sorry to embarrass you, had me watch this.
Yes, Trek reviewer, this is the episode where Kirk is ridden like a horse.
Yes, but it's also the episode where he gets to make out with Uhura, and this was the first time my penis got hard in my life. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I do
That's
believe.
even worse,
I do
dude.
believe this claim has been used before. I'm calling BS.
And as Thomas is now using that as an argument for why it should be a C.
No, this is an S plus, motherfucker. Get out of here.
It's like a strong B or a low A for me.
Wow, really?
I tend to agree with Jason on this. I think that
A. Can we?
I can go A.
I would be fine with A.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I
Dude,
think
this.
By the way, this is
history. This is, dude. Seriously, this episode of this episode of like my perversions aside, this is a historical episode of television. You guys know that, right? This is
I get that. Yeah, everybody knows that. But by the way, also fun fact: Kirk and Uhura do not kiss on screen.
Well, they don't. They do, but they don't.
No, they do not.
No.
They absolutely do not. Because if you look, hold on.
I already know what you're going to say.
When you look at the shot of the actual kiss, the camera zooms in on them, and Kirk his mouth is open, and he's clearly not touching her, and they do that on purpose because they didn't want to offend people.
Depending on what story you believe, they did a few takes, and
we
William
do know that
Shatner,
this episode was not aired in multiple regions.
Yes,
right.
no, that is for sure. But according to I have the book over there somewhere It's one of William Shatner's books.
I've heard the story that William Shatner wanted to screw up every take where he didn't.
No. But the funny thing is, he laid one on her several times, and they only used the take where they did the open mouth.
Right,
side
because they don't want to offend people. That's all.
Well, and they were really good. They were really good at that too, anyways. Because remember, they were trying to keep kissing to a minimum in most of the episodes.
Right, and I will say this: look, I disagree with the fact that
are you
happened.
kidding me? Season 3 alone, Kirk banged so many bitches.
Well, you do it on the screen.
Yeah, watch the. Come on, tone it down.
Sorry, if you go back and you look at a lot of the episodes where there's any kind of kissing from almost anyone, it's usually like the way they've got the angles set up.
It's usually implied a lot more. Yeah. Unlike today, where they show people's tongues going in other people's mouths, back then they actually knew how to do art.
Yeah, there's no like lollipop level action.
And
how is it I just finished my second lollipop?
Because you don't know how to lollipop. They already said
this is a big lollipop. I am biting it off slowly, but
So the other thing about this particular episode is this is the episode that is the counter argument to anybody in the Star Trek versus Star Wars debate that says the Force can outdo Star Trek, because they proved that they know what the Force is. They know what midichlorians are. They just call them something different. They call it Kirasite or whatever it is in this one.
Yeah.
And they can duplicate the power of a Jedi in hours.
What? Mm-hmm. No, I'm confused. No, I'm not following anything you just said. What?
Okay.
In this episode, they actually give themselves the powers of these so-called gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
okay. So what? Here's the in Star Wars, the Force is this, super telekinetic, telepathic abilities that you have, right?
Yeah.
And how do you get the Force? By having midichlorians in your bloodstream.
Well, they didn't reveal the midichlorian.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on.
That doesn't matter. What matters is that it is canon, that it is the midichlorians.
And even with them, you still have to train. These guys went up to the lab on the ship, science the crap out of this stuff.
They didn't even go to the lab. They did it on the tricorder.
Oh, that's right. They shot themselves up with it, and they were pro on day one.
Yeah. He and Kirk even said, "Give it to me at twice their leader's level." They can. And this Star Wars.
That's because Kirk's the man.
No, but keep this in mind. One of the things that I argue all the time is that Star Trek technology is superior to Star Wars, despite the fact that there are no sentient droids walking around.
Well,
hold on, and
you're correct. I'm trying to agree with you, sir.
Okay. Right. Correct. And so like one thing that they could easily do is Dr. McCoy could take a quick tricorder scan of Darth frickin' Vader and then give Kirk twice the force power of Darth Vader with a shot.
Yeah, they just were like, "Oh, okay, this is how this works." Zoop, zoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dang. All right,
I was like, dude, anybody that wants to argue Star Trek versus Star Wars, go F yourself, man. And Star Wars is 100,000,000% derivative from Star Trek. First of all, there's no arguing.
Well, it's
Star
actually
Trek
more Buck Rogers than Star Trek. But
well, if we really want to get picky about it, it's actually Buck Rogers plus World War II and Shogun.
Right. And some Flash Gordon in there for good measure.
Yeah.
Who's the master?
Anyway, next up, Requiem for Methuselah.
Oh, Methuselah. Oh, my gosh. This was one
of those episodes.
I gave this an A in my notes.
Yeah, this is a slow burn episode, but I really, really like it.
And I get why people might not like it, but I gave it an A. And I actually really... Dude, that's why I was so surprised.
By the way,
I'll be honest with you, this week when I was watching these episodes, I really, in my brain, I remembered season 3 being shit.
I got to say, value for nothing, yes, one of the best Kirk speeches of all time was in Plato's Stepchildren, where he tells Alexander where he comes from, your size, shape, color make no difference. And nobody has the power.
Yes. but we're not talking about that episode.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to, because I forgot about that when we were talking about it. So yes, that is a big one of the things that elevates that episode.
So this is I love this episode. I would give this an S. I don't know what you guys think, but I actually really, this is one of those episodes. It's kind of like the motion picture. You know what I mean? It's like you got to watch it a couple times, I think, to fully appreciate it.
All right,
you
so you're thinking S. What? Where's your brain going on this one, Jason?
I haven't seen it enough times, and what Danny was just saying is probably key for me having a reasonable opinion on it.
Yeah, you got to watch it again, Jason. You got to watch it. See, maybe we should. Well, it's too late. This is the third. No, this is the final season, but we should have spaced these out a couple weeks to give you enough time to watch them. You know, all the episodes.
And Planet X with a $2 bribe super chat.
Super chat.
It's an automatic.
Look at that! He says S. See? Yes.
Bribe to S.
Yep.
Yes.
And just so you guys know, yes, we take bribes around here.
Yes.
But yes, I actually don't have a problem with putting it in the S tier because you may not remember it that well, Jason, but the big reveal when he says, "I am Brahms," and I was like, "Wait a minute," and then and then Spock's like, "And Da Vinci," and I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
You know, whoa. So, and by the way, Next Generation, again, trying to be derivative of the original series. I'm sorry, but that stupid one with the weapon that was being manufactured, tell me that's not based on his little pet robot.
Oh. The weapon? Which weapon?
In season 1 of TNG, when they go to the planet that's trying to sell them the weapon system.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me that's not based on his pet robot.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
This is why I love doing this show. Oh, my God. This is awesome.
Dude, you are funny. You're insane, but you're funny. All right. Speaking of insane and funny, we have the Savage Curtain.
Savage Curtain. Oh, my God.
Help me, Spock. Help me, Spock. This episode brings the cheese on a level that no other Trek episode has ever brought the cheese before or since. And I loved it. I love every stupid moment of this episode.
I mean, this is a guilty pleasure episode. Yeah. I know I'm going to be on the losing end of this.
Thank you, guys. It was Arsenal of Freedom was the episode of TNG. Thank you.
This is an A for me. But I know,
Thomas Potts says S tier for this one.
Oh, hey, okay. I'll go S.
I was going to agree with the A, but I wouldn't say no to the S. The thing I got a kick out of was the fact that they deliberately made sure to not just rely on a ton of historical characters from Earth only.
Hey, and put the link in the chat. Again, guys, none of this artwork is mine. This is Juan Ortiz.
He just
okay. Give Jason a few minutes to look it up. No, seriously though, all of these posters are from the wonderful artist Juan Ortiz.
Yes.
And we need to put the link in the chat.
You can buy these posters but I love. By the way, I love the fact. So this is the first mention in Trek canon of Surak, and what's interesting, I think, is that they kind of equate Surak and Lincoln. Well, and so that like the two of them are equally important in history for the respective planets.
Does that mean
we also this is our introduction to Kalis as well?
Is you think Surak was bisexual as well? Or?
What?
Never mind. No, nothing. Never mind.
What are you even talking about?
You haven't heard that whole like Abe Lincoln was gay thing?
No, I've heard that. I have not heard that.
Yeah, well. People people like to tear down the past.
Here's what I have to say.
Control the future.
If Abe Lincoln was gay, wow, good for him being able to be elected as president and gay in the 1860s.
Well, first of all,
Obama can go take a back seat.
I'm a little more progressive. He wasn't gay. He was bisexual.
Well, but you know what? And on top of that, first Republican president. So stop with the Republicans are not inclusive people. You know, so Lincoln was up there going, "Hey guys, it's time for Pride Month," and you know that's probably why he got shot. You know, so
so I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or not, but I got into this weird political discussion with my dad right before I got fired, ironically, about Nikki Haley. Did you guys see all that?
I didn't see that. No, I because
I saw the tail end of it.
I am not. I'm not on X
comment.
that often because X, for the most part, is where intellectualism goes to die. But
it's the only social media platform I really use. You know.
But so you were talking about Nikki Haley and what's your point?
No, my point was
you had a conversation about Nikki Haley?
No. I am not. Okay, look, I can't. I'm paraphrasing one of my tweets, but I cannot deny that the most prosperous time of my life was while Donald Trump was president.
You said that before.
That's not new.
And I've said that plenty of times. However, I like this Nikki Haley bitch, man. She's no,
dude,
I do.
Really?
I dig her, man. I dig her.
He's rolling with the homies here.
Okay, so first of all, let me say this. I actually, I don't follow very many people on X, but I do actually follow Nikki Haley on X.
Oh, you do?
Yes. I'm pulling for her. I want her to beat Trump.
She's fire, right? Yeah, she's fire.
Now looking at Danny's.
But my dad.
Hold on a second.
Though, my dad calls her. Somebody explain this to me. My dad calls her deep state, and I don't know what that means.
Basically, that she's part of the. She's
like soup. She's a war hawk. She's a neocon.
Yeah, she's just Republican
and neocon, by the way, goes on both sides. Sides
so
of the
look,
aisle.
I love my father, but he's a Trump guy through and through. So I knew he was.
Well, I'm looking at your ex post. So like right here, Danny says, "Dad, what are you talking about? Nikki Haley is the hottest bitch I've ever seen. LOL. I cannot stop jerking off to her pictures. LOL." So
whoa, no, I didn't. No, I did.
I don't know why you said that. I'm just reading it out of X.
You goddamn liar. First of all, no.
If this show tonight is the only body of evidence that people have,
I will. Look.
Okay.
I have no problem admitting that I will jerk off to France Wynn or fucking Gates McFadden.
I was
but
kidding.
Not Nikki Haley.
I was kidding. Here's what he actually posted. Is after a lengthy conversation with my father, I tried to convince him that if Nikki Haley was only 20 years older, I would jerk off to her every day.
That's actually not what I said either. Oh my God. You started, you know what's ass up? You started out, the first half of that was what I said, and then you changed it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You know what's, you're okay, I gotta say, your shenanigans tonight have cured Mike. Mike was falling asleep. Legit.
I literally was. Yes, I was falling asleep.
And now you have him so wound up.
Yeah, because he wants to roast me. Look, look. First of all, Nikki Haley is probably an attractive woman. I don't know. I don't care about that. What I care about is I like how she talks shit to Donald Trump and she's got no fear. I love that. That's what I love.
Well, next episode.
Yeah. Well, Danny fantasizes if only Nikki was older.
It's quarter after.
What the fuck, man?
No. It's quarter after 10.
All right.
More episodes.
Yeah, let's hurry up.
Spectre of the Gun.
You know what's funny? So remember I was telling you guys I was watching the sci-fi special edition things? Walter Koenig This is his favorite episode.
Really?
Yeah, I wish, right?
When
And
he
know why?
gets shot and killed, and he likes that one.
Well, I think it's his favorite episode because he got to make out with that chick for
That's
half of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's pretty easy on the
Yeah,
eyes.
if only she was about 40 years older, right, Danny? And so,
Not
But-
funny. Not funny.
well, truth hurts sometimes. This
Anyway,
is an episode that's better
and
than I
this-
think most people give it credit for.
This is an
And
episode that if you watch,
This was the very first episode in the production schedule for season 3, by the way.
if you watch this episode in the wrong mindset, you'll hate it.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
well, yeah. I mean, here I know Mike doesn't like me talking about this. I got really stoned when I watched this.
Of course you did. I'm sure the
But
Malcotians freaked you out then.
I had to because, like, they're like there's half of buildings and just storefronts and then like whatever. But no, I gave this a solid B. I said B plus.
I would agree with that score. It was one of the episodes I went back and rewatched because I knew I had a not fair opinion of the episode.
Right.
I just
Because
think it's
for me-
funny that this is Chekhov's or Walter Koenig's favorite episode.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
funny.
kind of funny because this one literally has Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. But yeah, if you had asked me about this episode 20, 30 years ago, I would have told you it was a terrible episode.
You're right.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I think it's a much better episode than people give it credit for, especially if you pay attention to it, because like the whole idea of pulling from Kirk's memories of his love of his ancestry in the Wild West and all that, it really is. You get some backstory on Kirk through this.
Now, the funny thing about this episode is that for someone like me who doesn't consider the original series as important to, consume and reconsume, that does actually affect your ability to enjoy some of these episodes like this.
Yes.
Is if you are someone who sits and does watch them at least a couple times. You don't have to watch them like 100 times, but even if you went through the entire series 3 times, like in order without too much delay across say like a year or something, it would fix it could fix a lot of people's attitudes about a lot of episodes. So
let me. What? You?
Sorry. No, I just never.
Next
Sorry.
episode.
Yeah, next episode.
Yeah, okay. So I don't normally do this, but I gotta say, so while I don't like asking people to super chat because I think that's kind of crass and I don't like channels to do that, I'm gonna beg somebody, please super chat this to bribe it to be an S plus, because I know that I would say S plus, but these two idiots are gonna say it's not.
Okay. Well, what episode are you
episode?
talking about?
Bring it.
Spock's brain.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So I don't know why they chose to this was the 6th episode they shot, but it was the first one they released.
Yes,
And I have no idea why. And I
because
literally
shooting
here are my
order
notes.
didn't matter back then.
Here are my notes. Silly episode, D at best. That's what I wrote. So, yeah.
I'd go as high as a C, but it's just
Really? A C?
I would go as high
Even
as a C.
dude, I need to send you the clip.
My
The
instinct would-
the sci-fi thing that I watched with the interviews or whatever. Even Leonard Nimoy,
It's Nimoy.
Roast.
Stop saying Nimoy.
whatever, he roasts this episode.
if
And-
I
and
give
like-
you my absolute, you don't wait for the translation. Give me the answer now.
don't wait
this
for the
is a-
translation. Answer me now.
This is an F.
Yeah, dude.
I hate
yeah,
this episode.
Yeah, F. Yeah. See, I was being generous giving it a D.
I
Yeah.
hate this episode.
See,
Yeah.
and these guys are nuts.
This is garbage. No, this is a garbage episode.
Bam! Planet X with the $2 super chat.
I
Well, we know Salty takes bribes, so
Well,
we're fucked. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Planet X. You are now my favorite subscriber. Man, because that episode is. Okay, I will say it's unfair for sure. Is the episode truly an S plus? Probably not. But this is the first episode I saw when it was first aired. And
so you saw this as like a wee little whippersnapper.
yes, I was.
Okay. Rewind. Go back. What? Like
This is the
Planet X. You really love this episode? What the fuck is wrong?
I
with
think
you?
I think it's
Mike really loves this episode.
it's silly, it's stupid, but it's fun.
Dude, how okay, first of all, just as a rational thinking human, okay,
Yes.
how does anybody like function without a brain? Okay, in any
First
capacity,
of all, hold on.
any capacity, how do you breathe?
Yes,
without a brain?
I can answer you there because guess what? The brain is not the entirety of your central nervous system. Your spine could actually do all that.
They even they put like a fucking thing on his head and make him walk around like a
Yes, I know. Isn't that cool?
It's such a bad episode.
Yeah.
It is terrible.
It's awesome. And
No, this is the worst episode of Star Trek. Period.
No.
wow, no.
What's worse?
First of all,
than
and the children shall lead is far worse than this episode.
I know.
There is one episode
I do like that
of
episode.
all of Star Trek so far that truly is terrible.
What's that?
it?
Season 2, season finale.
Well, Operation Annihilate? Or no,
Annihilate?
that's season 1.
No,
The Gary 7 one.
No, of TNG.
Oh, TNG.
Oh, TNG.
Which,
well, you know, I
Shades
haven't-
of Grey.
Shades of Grey.
Hey, man. Look,
Strikes
I'm-
cause
I'm-
bad things to happen to television.
I'm going to tell you right now. If we end up ranking TNG, I need 2 weeks. I can't do this shit. Like I can't watch them all in a week.
No, that's fine. We can figure out a way to space this stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next up now, okay. This one is of
And the cool thing about the original series, it went from 29 to 26 to 24.
Yeah,
so it was like
slowed down.
Yeah.
All right. So on this next one, look, this is of the same vein as Spock's brain, but lacking the fun of Spock's brain.
Uh-oh.
And that is That Which Survives.
Hold up. Let me see.
I am for you, Leonard McCoy. I am for Sulu. You know,
I gave this a C. I said it was
Wow.
uninspired, kind of boring episode. That's literally what I just.
I mean, I'm okay with it, but I'm surprised you gave it that high, considering how much you were, dissing Spock's brain. What about you, Jason?
I mean, I'll give it a D.
I legit
happy-
am going to. I have
D
to. I
is
have to
fine.
play the Thomas card. Yes, I have to remind myself about it.
Wow.
I don't know that I've actually seen this one.
Give it a D then. Fuck it. Give it a D.
All right,
D,
yeah.
D for skip. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, it is a skippable episode for sure. And I love the original.
Planet X says that chick annoyed me. D.
Yeah.
And then Ben says D, if not an F. So, okay. See,
Yeah.
I was being kind. I was trying to be kind.
The Trek review, you're so right. Danny should like this episode for the girl.
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to implicate myself.
Yeah.
don't feed the machine.
We don't need to know how many bodily fluids you lost during this episode.
Look.
I love how I watched the trailer that's on the IMDb page for this.
Yeah.
I love how in some cases the trailer is just like a short enough clip. It literally tells you nothing about what's going on.
Dun,
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So next one, this okay. If you guys don't get this at least an S, I'm going to punch you both in the face.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me. I'm consulting my notes.
The Tholian Web.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, that's a classic.
That's an absolute classic. It's S or S plus. I mean,
Yeah.
Hold up. Well,
goes
hold
where
up
it
before. Hold up. Let me look at my notes.
So yeah, what did you give it, Danny?
Oh, I gave it an S plus. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And thank you so much, Thomas Potts, with a $4.99
super chat.
So everyone in chat can rank episodes of every season within seconds, but not you. I think that's
Dude.
That's very much. It's totally.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I was late.
No, he's talking about Jason.
Oh, he's very likely talking about me.
Oh, okay.
So,
believe me, it'll be a whole lot different when we get into Berman era Trek.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Berman era stuff. It'll be a way faster response.
Dude, I'm gonna need at least 2 weeks to
I'm way more steeped in Berman era.
Yeah,
by far.
So Trek reviewer says S plus. Tom says S plus. Planet X says S.
I said it. Yeah, S plus. Yeah.
This is a classic episode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And yet again, one of the extremely few episodes that have ever been directly, for sure, referenced in other bodies of work.
Right.
So, I just got. Never mind. I overshare. Never mind.
Yeah.
Carry on, my wayward son.
We don't need to know about your erections. All right.
Wow.
Next episode.
Wow. You make it sound like you make it sound like how dare you accuse me of mentioning my erections when you just did like 10 minutes ago. So
no, it was like 30 minutes ago, but I get it. You know. Oh,
turnabout intruder.
This is the most sexist episode of Star Trek ever.
This episode is freaking awesome.
Okay. So this episode, honestly, and much to Thomas's chagrin about saying, "Oh, I can't just crack it right off." Well, I can crack it right off for this one. This is both an S and an F at the same time.
Yeah, it really is.
It's terrific acting and a terrible episode all at once.
It is literally the most sexist episode of Star Trek ever. Because it is. No, think about it. It is. There's a fucking line. There's a line.
This is a callback to my. He's not going to let that go for a while.
First of all, hold on. Let me say this, Danny. The most sexist episode of Star Trek is Who Mourns for Adonais.
Yes.
When Apollo literally says she's wise for a woman.
Okay. Hold my beer, bro.
No, actually, the episode where Kirk actually goes, who thought it was a good idea to make my yeoman a woman?
Yeah. And by the way, and Planet X with a $5 super chat says, so weird and eccentric, it's good. S plus for your turnabout intruder.
Wow. See,
damn you, but thank you.
I really am conflicted on this episode because it is uber sexist. Because they literally, yes, it is. They literally, it's a line in the line of dialogue is like women.
But it's a line of dialogue that's actually from the woman, and it's misrepresented because she's crazy.
Yeah. Remember, Janice Lester is insane.
She's legit broken.
Yeah,
but she wasn't always, and she should have been, and could have been a captain.
No, wait, just a freaking minute, because if she could have been a captain, she wouldn't be crazy. Okay,
no, she went crazy because of the sexist regime that she was living under.
No. She implied it, but now this is why I lean towards the split score of like S plus F, is because, and I was saying this much earlier. This is before we even started the show. When I was talking to Mike, I said the problem I've got with this episode is that there's not.
And I'm out of soda. This is terrible.
Well, we're almost done.
There's not nearly enough backstory to explain why I have to care about this Janice lady, or why it's believable that Kirk, that she isn't just another in a long list of Kirk's conquests, as opposed to someone who could be affected by him to such a degree that she wants to take revenge at this level.
Because remember,
wait a minute. Is she not though? I mean,
wait. Remember, Janice Lester, the same character, that said that Starfleet doesn't allow women to be captains. Also, when she was inhabiting the body of Kirk, was like, "Oh yeah, I screwed her and left her." And no, dude.
Well, she was also doing that. But,
but hear me out. Instead of stop making sillies and hear me out for a minute.
Sorry.
So as soon as she was in the body of Kirk, and they're saying, "So you used to, have a relationship with Janice Lester?" "Oh yeah, but I dumped her. She was nothing to me. And McCoy's like, "Huh? What? That's not Kirk." Dude, stop.
I'm just saying, dude, come on. That's got to be the most played GIF from that episode. It's
probably is.
Yes, but that's not the point.
It's clear. It's clear from McCoy that no,
her perspective is off. Clearly,
yeah. Her cheese got flung off the cracker when Kirk left her wherever.
Yeah,
and you fucking Canadian.
It's been. She's been on a downward spiral for however many years. And that's why I say, for me, the reason why I want to give this episode an F is from a writing perspective. They really screwed up the backstory.
So I think we should compromise with a C. What do you
think? C?
Yeah, I mean, because it's glorious and terrible episode at the same time.
So first of all, we have money that says S+. Okay,
although there's
no compromise there.
We did get a special allowance from the money.
I know the money did say we didn't have to give it an S+, but our official "we accept bribes" rule says that
it does have. All right.
Well, no, I can't, dude. It can't go above a B. Come on.
All right.
Well, no, we put it in an S+ on the other side because then it's a special accommodation as being the most cracked in the head episode of Star Trek.
In the head.
And well, okay. I guess there's also the whole. This was the very final episode we ever got.
Yes,
Star Trek.
Making it very bittersweet.
Yeah. So,
and value of nothing. You see, the thing is that when she says, "Oh, it's not fair," and Kirk says, "No, it isn't," that doesn't necessarily mean Kirk is agreeing with her that Starfleet doesn't allow women to be captains. He could just be kind of like going. He knows she's crazy, and so
whoa.
And if you don't want,
does he though?
Yes, he absolutely does, because that was the whole point. Why he was talking to her psychiatrist before he talked to her. Not knowing that her psychiatrist was actually under her control.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And
so, but Kirk, cheese flung off the cracker is an awesome phrase.
It's not a secret one. I literally just made it up because there's your cheese has come off the cracker. That's not new or anything.
No, I thought that was a Canadian thing.
No. She's just so three sheets
Planet
to the wind.
X says A. So and Planet X is the money bag. So we'll
fine.
There we go.
A. All right.
So we'll put it under A.
Fine.
All right. Hey, look, we're spelling the letter F. What's going on?
This is apropos for season 3, but anyway.
All right, so we will save that one for last because
Okay.
All right, so next up we have the one episode that actually implies something that people say about Kirk all the time. He did the green chick, although he didn't do the green chick. She wanted.
This bitch. Oh yeah.
What, dude? What is your thing with calling all women that? Hold on. No, you're going to shut up for a second because you keep talking about how the original series is so sexist, and yet you call every woman a bitch.
Hold up. First of all,
someone watches Boys in the Hood too often.
Yeah.
No. Come on, man. You've seen this episode. I actually just watched this.
I have seen this episode, but you don't call every woman.
No, she's a. Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. I probably used the word too much.
You called at least 8 women tonight, bitch.
Well, but this one deserves it. She's a conniving bitch. Come on.
Maybe so, but you don't need to call every woman a bitch.
I know, you're right.
And then complain about sexism.
All right, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stanley Broads would be better.
It would fit with your seemingly stuck in the early 70s.
Look,
wait. Let me guess, Danny. It's an S+ because Batgirl's in it.
No, I gave it a C actually.
Oh, really? So Alana Troyes gets an S+ because she's hot, but Batgirl doesn't rate anything for you.
No, because she was
because she was green.
I mean, may I?
Oh, you're racist.
Can I hold up? May I? If I may, she's a rancid. See you next Tuesday.
What do you call Alana Troyes? Oh my gosh, she's throwing things at Kirk. She's sitting there eating meat like.
Are you? First of all,
she is disgusting in that episode.
No. She. Oh, okay. You know what?
She's stuffing her mouth, going, "No, what are you talking about?" And no, she is an no. Alana is an absolute hag.
Look, I didn't know it was possible, but I came like 20 times during that
my
episode.
gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah. You brought it out of me. I was like, oh, you got another super chat.
I can't quite read it. What does it say, Jason?
YouTube should clearly add a delay feature so you can bleep Dork when you say something stupid, but you have Jason, so he'd probably mess it up. Because I'm so tired, that makes it even funnier.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea for a feature.
We do need that.
Okay.
We so desperately need that.
Okay.
And Stan Lee, what the hell? Danny lies the way she eat. What?
Exactly. The way he's saying you're lying about Elan because the way she eats is vulgar and disgusting. And you're acting you're like,
dude, are you kidding? Dude, don't even. No, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not even gonna.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Well, we need to rate this episode.
I already told you my vote's a C.
All right,
so
Jason.
C is for cookie. I don't know.
You don't have a grade for it, Jason?
I really don't. It's just kind of it's an episode.
I mean, this is
it's an episode.
This one did give us Garth. It gave us Axanar, which should give it an F in my opinion because we wouldn't.
So C. Look, we only have one C. Put it in the C.
All right, we'll put it in the C column.
All right, there we go.
All right, so next up, penultimate episode of the night.
Although Thomas and Value say D.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't argue with D, but C. We need some more in the C.
I think we need.
You want to put a D? D.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Because I reminded myself
the D.
No, only because if it wasn't for that episode, we wouldn't have Axanar.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, another one of Jason's favorites.
Is this the last one?
That he hasn't seen.
No. We have one more after this. Wink of an eye.
Wink of an eye. I gave this a B.
Okay.
No.
Oh, actually, yeah. Okay. Because I will stand accused forever by Thomas on names of episodes, and this even stands even in the Berman era stuff. I'm not good with names of episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is the one where everyone jumps into like super fast moving, like disappear.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoy this episode. It's like a B or an A for me.
All right. So
Okay.
I'm okay with B. I think the B is a good grade for that one. All right. So now you remember earlier, I know Danny thinks I was unfair when I said "and the children shall lead" was an F-.
Dude, yeah, come on. That's not cool.
Yeah, see, I do understand because there is one episode in this season that's worse.
The Way to Eden.
Oh, God. You know what?
This is the only other musical episode of Star Trek.
You want to? Okay, this is going to be.
I gave this an F.
You want to? Here's your hot take.
Uh-huh.
if you don't want anyone to watch Star Trek and they've never watched Star Trek
Show them
at
this
all,
episode.
You make them watch this episode. You make them watch this episode with the Clockwork Orange things in their eyes. They will never watch another episode of anything Star
So
Trek.
I'd say F minus,
cool.
but
It's a cool poster. I mean, I'm cool with F minus.
It's
this is worse than the child. Like you should. That's not fair. You should put that one back to F.
Jason is.
This should be the only F minus. Although, wow, Ben One Eye says F minus, Planet X says F minus minus.
yeah. So F. I think F minus is a good spot for that one.
I am a Herbert, and I do not know what a Herbert is.
So how much money do I got to throw at you to pull that to an F? And the children shall eat.
$5 would cover
$5.
But you shouldn't do that, right? You just lost your job.
You're between bribes at the moment.
Yeah. No, that's fair. You know what? I love you. That's
Look at this, Thomas Z.
If only that was an actual. Yes. So I agree. Signed book collector. The Way to Eden is great for torturing people. It is so bad.
And the reason why I can easily say that really vicious hot take is because I remember very surely to this until like God tells me with like playback the tape himself. This is one of the first episodes I ever saw on syndication, and I was honestly like, "What the F? What the F?" It was
unfortunate.
So you can kind of understand.
I'm surprised you ever watched Star Trek again.
Right? Yeah.
Well, it's because the movies. I went to the movies at the theater, so it confused the crap out of me the first time. Because remember, like I said, I lived way up where I had basically no access to any kind of good entertainment.
Right.
And I only had 2 channels, not 3, let alone 4. Is that
how it is in Canada?
No, no. In 1970s, up in the way wasted north, you had like taxpayer afforded crap, and that was it. And
what a bummer.
Yeah, and the base, because where we lived was part of a NATO base. We had a base theater, so you could only get in so often because it only had so many seats. And of course, my mom was very cautious about what I saw. So the first of the Star Trek movies I was allowed to go near was Khan, and only after they went to it. Before and then they covered my eyes.
Dude.
So for me, Star Trek is the movie, which is why like when we finally got out of the north and then we were finally able to afford cable TV. I grew up in the poors, like like trailers and the whole 9 yards. I had a very, very meager upbringing. So by the time we could afford,
we had a VCR before most people did, and
so by the time I could see Star Trek on a regular basis, like the old series Star Trek, it was almost time for TNG to come on. So me, so by the time I really got to see those shows, it was like, what the hell is this?
Dude,
how did this become a movie? Was basically what my brain was telling me as a kid. It's like, honestly, how did these shows become the movies?
No, I got lucky. I was watching the original series.
Well, apparently now your mom is now learning how you were rampantly jerking off to the original series.
Hey, whoa, hey, man! You didn't have to play. Whoa.
I'm sorry. You mean all the times you said it earlier tonight is not enough? That's okay, but for me to mention it once is
but you're putting in the context of my mother in the same sentence. That's a little weird.
Because she's been here, and in front of your mom, you talked about how you came 20 times to an episode. In front of your mother, you said that.
You know what? I haven't seen her in the chat in a while, so I don't think
she may have disappeared. She could have.
She disappeared. All right.
It is late.
She's currently passed out on the floor somewhere.
With shame. She's like, "Oh, I can't believe that's my son."
Actually, she's probably sitting there praying and.
Well, hey, I need all the prayers, guys. I need a job.
Well, no, it's not just for a job. You need more prayers than that. You need. You're sitting there. Oh, yep, she's still here. So
And facepalm.
Oh, and she did the facepalm. Oh, great.
yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
So
Love you.
So
But
yeah,
yeah,
so,
it's,
so all your jerking off comments. You said that.
Wait, what? Stop bringing that up, man. Jesus.
Oh, now it's weird to you.
Well,
Now it's weird.
Well, because now I know my mom's here.
You knew your mom was here earlier.
No, I didn't, because she hadn't been active.
I
in the
mentioned
chat.
it earlier.
Oh God.
Danny gets wrapped up in the moment too easily.
Add another face palm from Danny's mom.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
Mom.
for me, that's like it. For all the from a who's a Trekker or a Trekkie or whatever. But the one good way to look at this, and not to try to defend or anything, but to quite legitimately explain why, for me, and this is fun to do this because some of these episodes that I barely remembered, rewatching them was good because it changed what I thought about them.
Right.
It is legitimately the fact that I just didn't even have access to this. That's why for me Battlestar is a bigger deal as a kid, because that show, for whatever fun reason, was shown on the little bit of TV that I did have access to as a kid. And I saw it only a year or whatever after it first aired. So
Yeah.
so I saw it super close. So for me, this stuff is it's so funny for me because I have great respect and reverence for this as the source of something that I have come to enjoy significantly.
We still have
But-
like 2 or 3 episodes left to do, right?
No, that's it.
No, there's 24 episodes. That's not 24 episodes up there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
damn. All right. Well,
And
look at
and,
that.
so, and look at that. If we look at the seasons, it came out pretty much how I would agree. Season 1 was really solid, but didn't
Season 2 is clearly the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Season 1 was really solid. Season 2, freaking awesome. And season 3, while it was pretty good, had a couple of stinkers.
Yeah, it's like for every banger that there truly was, there was like a whew.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're. I mean, look, like season 3 is the only time we had more than one D.
Yeah.
So, and we had 4 of them. So
Someone was far too interested in maintaining balance in the universe in season 2.
Yeah, but yeah, the interesting thing though is that season 3 does give us a decent amount of S plus, more than season 1, but not as much S or
Season
A
2.
tier.
Dude, season 2 is. I think we can all agree. Season 2 is the best.
Well, I think
season.
everybody knows that season 2
Yeah.
is the best of the original series.
Yeah. I would actually, and I'll be interested to, if we keep ranking the continuing series, I bet you season 2 of the original series is probably going to hold up as the best of them all.
I tend to think so as well, because while I've highly praised Strange New Worlds as having the best season 1 of any Star Trek series, I don't think it has the best season of any Star Trek series. I think that is season 2 of the original series.
100, dude, no argument here. Yeah.
Anyway, so any final thoughts for now that we've rated all of the original series? Any final thoughts from you, Danny? Tom says, my rating of you 3, Salty C, Dork D, and Jason Y. Bob.
Thomas, you can go F yourself. And I censored that because now I know my mother is here.
Sign book. Now that you know?
No, this was a lot of fun. Thomas, thank you. I know this was your suggestion, us ranking this was cool, man. Like I watched almost 100 episodes of TV in the last 3 weeks, and it was awesome. So
what won the poll? Yeah, what's
it was solidly on the race.
On the of course it was. 'Cause
race
that's-
one poll.
Yeah, so because people are ignorant. Yeah, I get it.
No, whatever. No, because it was clearly about race.
It
Well,
was not about race.
There's a ton. The other thing that doesn't help is there's a ton of YouTube channels that have absolutely leaned in on that. So
I know, and that's the problem. Is that, and in fact, I'll say this because like people like Steve Shives use that episode as an example of why Star Trek is so progressive, without stopping to look at the fact that the so-called oppressed guy was just as bad as the guy who was doing the oppressing. And nobody stops to point that out when they talk about how great and progressive Star Trek is.
Anyway, you guys got my final thoughts. What about yours, Jason?
it was fun. It's I kind of
It's all right.
I had a pretty long rambling explanation as to why for me this series is the way that it is, and that is it is good. There are some really good episodes that I absolutely adore, and I could watch frequently, but because I had watched this stuff in the order that I did, or it actually even within the seasons, the out of orderness of everything. I know that this was an episodic show back then, but the fact still remains that honestly, until years later, it made no difference for anything to me that Chekhov was not really in season 1.
Well, so
and I own a copy of Spacey.
One of the most fun things for me doing this these rankings and rewatching them was I actually watched them in production order. I think I told you guys this.
Yeah.
And I think it's better that way. I literally do. Like, I think
Planet X is apologizing for bribing Spock X and Spock's brain.
Yeah, Spock's brain should not be S+.
Don't apologize
Yeah,
for that, Planet X.
That's a
because-
fucking F.
No,
Clearly.
Spock's brain deserves to be where it is.
Wait, I regret
not at
nothing,
all.
he says.
Terrible.
5 in the morning, Ben One Eye, go to bed.
Yeah, what are you? Well,
Holy
Dear
smokes!
sweet
Yeah, I know
baby
it's
Jesus.
nearly 11 here, and I definitely need to go get the rest of the way better sleep.
yes.
Yeah.
And Stan
It's-
Lee
it's-
wants to know if it really makes a difference what order you watch them in.
No, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I enjoyed. Well, first of all, the star dates line up. Secondly, Chekhov's hair makes a lot more sense. They're just, it was.
There's probably
enjoyed
little
watching.
things that
Yeah.
if you were really being, I don't want to say pedantic because that's not fair to use, but like if you're being a little bit more particular, nitpicky is
Yeah.
even too much. If you're just being a little bit more particular and trying to add to it without adding to it with headcanon, that watching it in production
Yeah.
order probably would make things work better.
And I don't understand why. So I was going to mention this. So out of all the seasons, season 3 had released their episodes the most closely to the production order than the previous 2. For
Yeah, I think
whatever
you were.
reason.
I think you actually brought that up last week a little bit because you were really surprised at how out of order season 2 was.
Yeah. So, but this was, I don't know. And that's the nice thing about episodic television. You don't necessarily have to watch it in the release order, but I would recommend, like, if I made, if I made my, DVD Blu-ray collection of Star Trek, I would do it in the production order.
And I just want to. I don't want to. I mean, we all generally agree, but I just want to bring this up and actually bring up something that ties into what you were just saying, Danny. And I've got a good example of why this can matter, and that is the star dates might not line up, but the star dates as they're spoken in the episodes are in the right order if you watch the episodes in their production order.
Yes.
Because of the way writing was probably being done at the
Mostly.
time.
Not 100%.
Not 100%, but closer.
Yeah.
And a great piece of evidence that I use frequently for out of order nonsense is the travesty of Firefly and Fox TV. And the fact that they aired all the episodes completely out of their intended order. They had an actual intended order, and they aired them so poorly out of order that it made people not understand what was going on in the show. And if there's an opportunity to come up with a more ideal order, not only is that not a bad idea and something that you should probably encourage, there are actually, I see that. There are actually entire sites set up to deal with how to watch things in appropriate orders for other franchises, so much so that if you have not noticed when trolling around on Disney Plus, anybody, and I mean not just necessarily the three of us, they actually have the actual proper order, according to some people, actually in their site for the MCU. So you can actually watch the whole MCU in actual chronological order, because it's become that big of a thing to talk about this particular general subject of things, that they actually incorporated it directly into their streaming service. That's a pretty big deal. That's something that people that generally nerd out about stuff like this with franchises actually becomes a thing.
So Stan, we this was back when I had my last relapse. We were doing watch-alongs of the animated series, and then I got fired for being a drunk. It's a thing. Oh, which I need to talk to you after the thing about John Gill. But anyway, so however, I like that idea. I think because my mom was even saying that. She's like, "Are you guys going to do the animated series?" She's like, "It's basically season 4 and 5." I was like,
yeah, well, we never did finish watching
we haven't
all
finished
the
the animated
episodes.
series.
I know we didn't finish, but do you want to rank them? Like we do those
ranking
next?
them? Well, I mean, I would put that later, and then because I need to finish watching them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know they're short.
We are talking about Jason, so he can just look up.
I'll just look it up. And
whether or not is this a good episode?
I'll just use the score that's on IMDb.
Oh, don't do that. Well, first of all, if we were going by the scores off of IMDb, we are way off.
Oh yeah, no, we're way. Believe me, I know. Yeah, season 2 is only 6 episodes, so it's like.
Yeah, calling it season 4 and 5 is a bit much. I think it's.
Well, I'm just.
I know. I know. All right, so with that, we're going to wrap it up. Then remember, guys, you are the salt of the earth. Danny is he's Danny, and Jason.
I am gainfully unemployed again.